an amazing week. I know it. Good morning. Mel is here. Good morning, my love. Gigi, welcome in. Irene, thank you so much for sharing this out. Felix. Oh my God, Felix, that's so funny. I was actually just thinking about you yesterday. I was like, damn, Felix hasn't been in my show to talk shit in a long time. So where you been? Good to see you, my friend. Crimson Magpie, welcome in. Nicole Fu, how the heck are you? I hope you're doing well, you guys. We got coffee. Man, I need some bartender's friend on this cup. Look at that. Barkeepers, do you guys ever use that on your cups? Like, we all as resellers, it's so funny. We all take care of like the stuff that we get to make it look all nice to photograph it. And then we have our own cups. This is pumpkin spice, which is what that is. But all of this stuff here, all those little nicks and dings, all I'd have to do is do a quick scrub. Do I do that? Nope, it just goes back in the cabinet. All of the family, welcome in. Logan is here. Simply Grace is here. Good morning, you guys. It's gonna be an amazing week. Oh, Felix got a sponsored gift card. Woo-hoo! So these are gonna go probably in the next few minutes. What these are, for those of you that don't know, Grace, well, good morning. We do our gift card sponsors a little bit different here. So you guys get up on an LED screen, or you get up on the big TV for like an entire week. Sometimes it's even more than a week. And then as we do our shows, we talk about you. We focus on getting you guys followers and bookmarks and so on and so forth so that you guys can grow your businesses. Justin and I literally make $0 off of these. We just do these for you guys to be able to help you grow your businesses. So rather than just buying a bless the chat for someone and then you only get talked about for a second, we focus on shouting you out for an entire week. I know when I first started doing Whatnot, I would do sponsored gift things in other people's shows, and it always helped me get new followers and bookmarks and stuff. So I want to be able to do that for other people. So there's a few of those left. We have so many shows this week. This is an action packed week. This is going to be so fun. Maurice is here. God's in the house. Maurice, good morning. Graceful says, first time in your show, looking forward to learning from you. Oh, I love that. That's amazing. Felix, I will talk about you and I will talk about nothing. So welcome to the Reseller Support Show. We're going to do nothing but talk about Felix today. It's going to be a Felix-centric day, so I hope you're prepared for that, Felix. Is he there? Nicole. Everybody type Felix down below. Felix, we're going to talk about you. You can't do nothing about it. Good morning, Trish. What is going on? My neighbor's got a carload of stuff in the back of their car. Things are getting dropped off. And you know me, I got to be nosy and see what's going on. Oh, I think it's a Chewy order. First time here. Irene, welcome in. I can Felix calling in the air tonight. Oh no. I hope that's what you meant, God, because that's totally how I read it. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. So what are we doing today? What do we got going on this week? For those of you that do not know me, my name is Charity, aka Nice Comps. I'm a full-time reseller out of the South Austin, Texas area. Yeehaw. And I sell literally everything. I mainly specialize online with clothing and shoes. So I do a lot of men's clothing. I do a lot of vintage stuff. I'm really big into vintage clothing. So I do a lot of that. I do a lot of shoes. I don't do as many hard goods online, but I do hard goods shows here on Whatnot. If I'm being totally honest with y'all, I just hate photographing hard goods. I love photographing clothing. I hate photographing hard goods. So I don't want to have to do it and put it on eBay and all that. I'm happy to run it here for y'all for a cheap price. Y'all can buy it and y'all can list it. It's just not for me. So yeah, God says, yeah, that's it. So we've got cool stuff coming up this week. We've got tomorrow night, I'm doing a pop-up show and we're going to actually go on a field trip. Do you guys want to go on a field trip really quick here? I'm going to take y'all on a little mini field trip here. Or we'll call it a Felix trip. And let me bring you over here. Hi, you're coming with me. This is my house. Welcome to my home. We've got, this is what some of the stuff I'm running tomorrow night. And I have more. This is just one of the boxes I pulled it out. So I've got like granny square blankets. I've got a whole bunch of like vintage glass. I know I've got like fall scratch. Irene with the sponsored giveaway. So Irene, you're going to get up on the board too this week and then next week as well. Without the LED and the TV. So I've got brand new puzzles. I've got a whole bunch of old like vintage tennis stuff. I've got snow globes. This is like Fallscraft, Starbucks. There is a whole bunch of hard goods in here, and this is just one of the boxes of stuff. The rest of it is in the garage. So I'm going to be running that stuff tomorrow because, like I said, I just don't want to have to run hard goods, or I don't want to have to list hard goods. This is stuff that was, so we did a little audit on our store, and I'm curious how many people do this. I also have severe ADHD for those of you that are new. So you'll find that my tangents go into other things at any moment of time, and I will squirrel, I promise. So hopefully you can handle that. If not, then this is not the room for you. um, so we did an audit. So we do this once a year. Any purses? I don't think I have any purses, Irene. This time. I think it's mainly like hard goods, but I do clothes and purses. We have a show coming up on Thursday. Yeah, we have a Thursday show that's got some purses in it. And then Wednesday, I'm doing an estate sale. These are mystery boxes from this huge estate that we've been going through. Guys, we're getting to the good stuff. Like we've gone through, I think 20 boxes. I think there's like another 100 boxes. So much stuff. So there's probably going to be purses in there. I know we've ran quite a few purses, and all of that stuff on the Wednesday show is going to mainly be vintage, because it's stuff that's been packed away for at least 20 years in a house. So good morning, K9 Three Rivers is here. Happy's here. Katie's here. Hello, Thrift Drop. Good to see you, my friend. Angel's here. You are welcome. Renee, welcome in. Yeah, so what was I saying? See, this is what happens. Usually we've got somebody here that can keep me on track. What were we talking about? Hard goods, the show. Nope, I lost it. That's what happens. That's called severe ADHD with neurodivergency. You remember things for 2.5 seconds. The great news is I can watch the same movie 100 times and never remember that I saw it. Oh, I know what we were talking about. We were talking about this, our audit. Okay. So if you guys don't do this and you're resellers, okay, good. I feel seen then. If you guys are resellers and you're not doing this once a year, I think it's a mistake. So eBay in particular is famous for your listings just disappearing. You'll be like thinking you've got an item listed and you're thinking, God, why isn't that thing sold? That's so weird. And you go into eBay and you look and it doesn't exist anymore. It's like it just evaporated and vanished and you don't have this. So we do this once a year. We do it right after Christmas. We do it like the first or second week of January because right now is probably one of the slower times of the year. You've got people that have gotten they did Christmas. They have not had their first payday since Christmas because we're not even to the 15th of the month yet, right? What is the date today? I don't even know what today is. Today's got to be like what, the 12th or something? Oh my God, I was right. That never happens. So payday isn't even until like a couple days from now. Justin, can you turn down the heat in this house? Good Lord. I'm sweating to death over here. Okay. This is how our lives are. Welcome. Gabriel, peace and love to you, my friend. So, yeah, for the new people that are here that don't know, they're like, oh my God, is she yelling at her husband? That is how we flirt. Welcome to my channel. Justin, it's so hot in here. I'm like having 19 hot flashes at the same time. For the love of God, turn it down. Oh, anyways, okay. So these things evaporate out of your account, right? Okay. So once a year, we go through literally all of our inventory. Now, we haven't done the clothes yet. We did some of the hard goods, which is why some of this stuff I'm putting up for sale because I had listed it at one point and the listing has evaporated. So no wonder it hasn't sold because none of it's listed. So go through your stuff. So what I would suggest doing is go into your inventory and just start at the beginning. Does it take time? Yes. Can you break it up into increments? Yes. So like we'll work on it for an hour and then we'll go do some work on it another day, work on it for an hour. Like it took us probably, I think 5 days to get through the hard goods stuff, like doing it in increments. And then next will be the clothing because otherwise that stuff is just sitting. It's just sitting in buckets. It's just sitting on shelves. You're not making any money. It's taking up space and it's just been sitting there for Lord knows how long, right? I found easily 50 items. Easily 50 items that said they were listed, but they didn't exist in my eBay store. So if I were you, and I'm not you, but if I were you, I would think about doing a store audit and go through. We had the same thing last year. We did the exact same thing when we switched over from Vendu to Nifty, which of course we love Nifty. We will probably always be with Nifty. But when we switched over, we decided to audit the store last year, and we found the same thing. I think it was like 20 items last year, but this was like over 50 items. So I was like, good Lord, like they just disappear. Has anyone ever seen any of their items like disappear off of eBay? Am I the only person on the planet that this ever happened to? Do any of you guys have that happen? Diz, welcome in. Diz, I needed you like 2 minutes ago. I went off on a tangent and then I could not remember what I was even talking about. But we came around. We came around. Crystals and Chrome, welcome in. Me More Fashion, welcome in. Lady Stars here. Good to see you, my friend. Erica's here. Brittany Walker coming in. Katie Heck. Oh my gosh, yeah. Comps, exactly. Okay, so that's what we got going on. This week we've got, tomorrow is going to be a pop-up show. I'm going to do those hard goods I just showed you, that cool granny square blanket. We're going to do other hard good stuff. It's probably going to be a shorter show, maybe like an hour long. I'm going to do max shipping tomorrow, so it'll be $9.21, and y'all are going to get some great stuff. I'm going to literally start stuff at $1. So, and this is all good stuff. This is stuff that I sourced that was listed at one time and it disappeared, or it was in boxes in my garage. And when we were cleaning the garage out, because we're going to start doing storage units soon, I found this stuff and I'm like, I just don't want to have to list hard goods. So y'all are going to get it. I just want to do clothes. I know that's weird, right? Most people are like, I don't want to do clothes. How many of you guys like reselling clothes? Say clothes below. How many of you guys prefer selling hard goods? Say hard goods below. I'm curious. I'm curious how many people we have. So y'all know I'm a clothes person. I just love doing the clothes. So tomorrow's going to be a pop-up of hard goods. Wednesday, we've got that estate sale. And then Thursday, we have a really fun show. So we're going to do a consignment show. So this is consignments people have sent me. And it's a great show, you guys. I just went through and processed it this weekend, and it's great stuff, like super high-end name brand stuff, a lot of new with tags items. So that we're going to be doing on Thursday. So make sure you guys go in and bookmark all of our shows. And then next week, we have another show, which like new with tags, designer brands. And then we also have that estate sale next week. So make sure you guys go in, touch my name, all that. Next, so Me More says clothes and Crystal says hard goods. It's always 50-50. Three Rivers says shoes and hard goods. I like clothes, but I don't like measuring. That's interesting. Lady Star says clothes. Olive says clothes. Yeah, it simply says hard goods. See, I'm telling you, it's always 50-50. It's so crazy. So yeah, I'm a clothes person. I like doing hard goods on Whatnot. I want to run it. I want to ship it. I want to send it to y'all. So before we get into what we're working on today, so today what we're going to work on while we're on here is I'm going to be taking pictures of clothes. While I'm taking pictures of clothes, I'm going to try to give you guys some ideas on keywords. I'm going to try to give you tips on listing the clothes, measuring the clothes, talking about the clothes. We're going to kind of go over that. Now, that being said, if you have questions about stuff outside of clothing and you're curious, you have got questions about the Bay or Pashi or Depoppers or Karime, any of that, feel free to ask. I am not a gatekeeper. You guys know that. For any of you that have been on my channel for the last year, y'all know I don't hold anything back. So if you got a question about something, I will give you my God-given true answer on it. One of the things that comes along with my particular style of neurodivergency and how my brain works is I have this justice fair meter. If you guys ever know anyone that has like a spicy brain, a lot of us have this like justice fair thing, which means that if something like I'm terrible at lying, and if I have information to share or I want to help people, I have to do it. I'm like compelled to do it. I have to stick up for the underdog. There's things have to be fair, things have to be even. It's just how my brain works. So I don't gatekeep. So if you guys have questions and you want real answers, I will give you the real answers. You might not always like them, but I will give you the answers for sure. Okay, what else do we got going on here? Let me pin this. Irene says you're my soulmate. Irene, I love that. Isn't it great when we meet new soulmates? We talk about this every time. Dizzy knows. We talk about this every time. You come onto my channel and you either love it and it's for you and you're like, girl, I see you. We got this. Or you're like, this is insane. This person makes no sense. I'm out of here. Like it either goes one way or the other. Okay. Also, if you are new to the channel and you have not done this yet, there is a little picture down below that says click the bell. If you click that little bell, you will get notified when we go live. Because we do a lot of like reseller support shows, because we are not huge sellers over here on Whatnot, we don't have golden wings or anything like that. Our notifications don't get pushed out. So I get this from people literally every week. I get a message from someone that says, well, I didn't know that you went live. I saw it on YouTube, but I didn't realize you had been live. Well, how come I don't get notified? And what it is because Whatnot is an algorithm, right? It's based on a popularity contest, meaning the more you sell, the more you're on. If you got the wings, the more money you're making for Whatnot, the more your show is going to get pushed out if you've done a bookmark notification. However, if you're a smaller seller like me, you do a lot of stuff that doesn't make Whatnot money. Whatnot's not making any money off of this right now. So because of that, we just don't get our shows pushed out. So if you click that bell in the corner, then you'll get notified when we do that. And Whatnot glitches a lot. God, this is who Alla, this is so weird that you popped in. We're like this today. So Alla actually is a good friend of ours, and they taught us how to do this because, and I love it. So when they are live and they pin their one that they have, I get a notification, so I can like pop in the show. I know that they're live. Otherwise, I would never know that they're live, ever, literally. So if you are a seller on here, I would suggest making yourself one of these, and encourage people to click on it and click that bell. What you do is you just set it to a really high price. You got a ton left. No one's buying that for $888,000. If you're on here and your credit card clears for that amount, we need to hang out. But if you make yourself one of these, then people will get notified when you go live. So Mom and her six dragons, welcome in. Relef Finds is here, another great seller here on the Whatnot app. Please bookmark my Smocked and Gingham Baby and Kids Show. Shop is loaded. Jellycat Buyers giveaway. Date to be determined. This is Reloved. Reloved, if you guys like kids clothes, really nice quality kids clothes for inexpensive starts, definitely give Reloved a find. I don't have any small people in my life, or I would be buying stuff from her. Jarhead, welcome in. LFG to you, my friend. Sharon, good to see you as well. Lizzie is here. Since you're going on 6 on Wednesday, I'm going on earlier or later. Okay, yeah, God, just let me know. If you're on after me, if you're going to be on after me and you're still on, let me know. Remind me, because you know I won't remember this. Remind me so I can raid into you as well. Yeah, I always go for the underdog. It's just who I am. Like, that's just who I am. So, and I love that about me, and I'm okay with that. Is your audit the only time you use Buy It Now inventory in your W shows? No. So we do Three Rivers. I do everything. I would say at this point. So I had a phone call with, you guys know I Can Hustle. I call him the Pickle Man. I Can Hustle all day. He's an amazing seller on here, and he's a good friend of ours. And I was on the phone with him last night because we're going to start doing storage units. So I wanted to get information from him and stuff. And we were talking, and I realized while I was talking to him, I think I've become an everything seller. Like, I started out just doing hard goods. I started out my reselling journey by doing hard goods. And my mom had passed, so I had a lot of stuff from her estate that I needed to get rid of, right? And by estate, I know that sounds fancy. I grew up, on food stamp hamburger and government cheese. There was nothing fancy to it, but she had some stuff that we sold. So I started out that, and then I discovered clothing and started really doing clothing. So I transitioned over to clothing, and then we found Jamble, which no longer exists, and we were doing T-shirt things on auctions on there. Then we started on Whatnot exactly a year ago today. I started out just doing band T-shirts. Since then, we've done clothes, and then we've migrated into hard goods. Sometimes we do Buy It Now. Sometimes we do auctions. Sometimes we do both. I think we're doing a little bit of everything. So, and now if I'm getting into storage units, we're going to be doing even more hard goods shows. So my goal for 2016, Justin and I don't know if you guys are like this, but I'm like a super goal person. Like, I have to have goals. I have notebooks. I have actual notebooks. I write things in my schedule down in. I like having that like thing to hold. And we do that with our goal setting. So our goal this year is to be able to get enough stuff to be doing 2 Whatnot shows a day, to do one earlier in the day, and then do one more towards evening time during the weekdays. So probably like Monday through Thursday or something. So that's kind of the goal is what we're up to. So we are going to be doing storage units, which I'm extremely excited, totally petrified, completely nervous. I'm the kind of person that's like, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and so I'm also a hot mess, but I'm a perfectionist, and I like to like be perfect at everything I do. I hate failing. Failing is moving forward, and I get all that, and it's all good, but I hate it. I just want to, I want to be good the first time. So I've been talking about doing these freaking storage units for so long now. And Justin finally was like, wife, I love you. Stop talking about it. Let's just freaking do it. Let's go. So we're gonna do it. Oh my god, I'm nervous. And can you go on to how you do your audit? I have a huge mess of inventory and so overwhelming. I have Nifty too. Okay, so for my audit, I do two different things. So this is something that we just did, so that's easy to explain. Once a year, I go into my inventory and I literally start in the left hand corner of my shelves. And I go through every single item in the buckets. And what I'm doing is I'm looking up to see if they're still there. Now, I have Nifty. So, what I do is I've got my iPad, I've got Nifty open, and I have eBay open. So, what I do is when I see an item, I look it up on Nifty first to see if it's there. If I can see it's listed on eBay, Poshmark, wherever it's supposed to be listed, great. We put that item back. We move to the next item. If I pull that out and I pull it up on Nifty and I'm not seeing it, or I pull it up on eBay and I'm not seeing it, and I'm like, I've had this thing for a while. Why hasn't this sold? Then I'm looking it up to find out if it actually isn't listed anymore. And guys, I'm telling you, it's over 50 items, and I haven't even done the clothes yet. This is just hard goods. Then what I do is I set it to the side and I move it over. I think I took a video. We did this in our spare bedroom. And let me see if I can find this and just show you how much stuff. Like, it is just absolutely crazy. I meant to take a picture of it, and I think I took a video of it. Yeah, so look at this here. That is just the beginning of me. Let me put that. Look at all this stuff. This is the beginning. Perfume sets, tackle boxes, dishes, like, and I had just gotten started on the process. This was like 20% in. And this entire, look at all that stuff. Look at Pyrex, all of this stuff. I'm running all that stuff on Whatnot. But what's crazy about that is that stuff it's just been sitting there not selling because it hasn't been listed. So number one, I go through every item. Now what we're going to do, now that we're done with the hard goods, is we're going to do this with the clothing. So we're going to head into the garage where our inventory is, and we're just going to start looking up numbers. Now, it's a huge daunting process. I have over 1,400 clothing items listed, right? That would be insane to go through all of those at one time. So what we're going to do is just start a timer, and it's like, okay, we're going to work on this for an hour today. And we're just going to go through and be like, we're going to look at SKU, 106, 107, 1214, 1215, 1216, 1217, and just see what it is. I bet you that at least 10% to 15% of that isn't even listed anymore. And so that's what we're going to do with the clothing. And then that's what we're going to do with the hard goods. And then of course, the same thing with shoes. So, Fetty Wap's here. What's up, Fetty? 3 Gens is here. Hello, my love. Yeah, Amex Black Card status for the 888. That's what I'm talking about. Can you explain the sponsorship thingy again? Yes. So the way that this works is when you guys do a sponsorship on our show, we do it way different than anyone I've ever seen. Let me pin this. We only have, there's only 3 left now. So what happens is you buy this sponsorship for $5. It's $8, but the $3 goes to me paying taxes on it at the end of the year and the Whatnot fees, the envelope, and all that. So you pay the money, and then what happens is you get up on this LED board for an entire week, or you get up on the TV. So we do auctions in different places. When we do our auctions on site, so like for the Wednesday auction, your name will be up here for the entire auction, hanging up at the show because it's on location. When we do our shows here, for instance, the one that we've got tomorrow night and then the one we've got Thursday, you're on our huge like 80-inch TV in the living room. We talk about you, we focus on getting you bookmarks, and we focus on getting you followers. And then you literally get to be up on for like a week and a half is usually what it winds up being. So you don't get to shout it out once, you get shouted out like 1,000 times or whatever. So because my whole goal is just for you guys to be able to grow your businesses. That's why we do it. So yeah, Jarhead's got a new puppy that is so cute, but that new puppy is a grind. Hummingbird, what's going on? Yeah, it's so funny, Jarhead, to see his name is Chad, because like I know his name's Chad, but he's a pickle man to me. So it's so funny. Forecast, what's going on? Good to see you, my friend. Um, I'm not really that organized, you guys. I mean, not really. Like, look at my room. Does that look like a person that's organized? It's just tubs and it's mayhem. But I like to pretend I'm organized. At least it helps to bring me somewhat of less anxiety. So Jarhead says, I just bid on a storage unit last night. I got what I'm looking at, you guys. I got what I'm looking at. The auction ends in about 8 days, so I'm gonna wait to bid a little bit, but it'll be my first one. It's a 10 by 5. And when I looked at the pictures, I saw some interesting things in it. I do a lot of vintage stuff, and so I saw some vintage toys, some vintage bags, like shopping bags. And so I'm kind of interested in it. So we're gonna see. I think I'm gonna bid on it. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. I don't even have a truck. What am I doing? I don't have the space for it. We're gonna make it work. Three Rivers says, I'm totally type B and petrified to do live selling, but I know that's where it's at. I'm getting annoyed with eBay and other platforms. I hear that. Yeah, you know, this is interesting. I was just talking to a friend about this, and you guys know that I speak my mind. I say what it is. And I'm going to be totally honest with you. Live selling is not for everyone. Anybody can do it. But just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something, right? There are parts of this business that I am not good at. I went to the bins for the first time and literally had like an anxiety attack and realized that is not for me. I am not good at that. Retail arbitrage. I can't do it. I've tried. I hate going in stores. I hate the bright lights. I have full anxiety. I get sweaty. The neurodivergency makes me overcomplicate it. It's not for me, right? What I love doing is being able to go on here and do lives. I've got dyslexia. So when I list, it is a challenge. I am a full grown woman that still has to look at her hands to type everything because my brain cannot memorize the keyboard. I even took a class to try to do it. And that's just my brain doesn't think that way. There is a disconnection up here between typing and the screen. So I still have to look at my fingers when I do stuff. And so that's why it's hard for me, which is why I want to move into doing more live selling. You know, your weaknesses are only your weaknesses if you just don't realize they're just not your strengths. And what I mean by that is we are all good at certain parts of this business. There are people that are so good at live selling. There are people that are so good at doing estate sales and they own estate sale companies. There are people that do in-person auctions and they love it. There are people that just list on eBay. There's people we have a friend of ours, Jaron. He's like number 30 in the world on Depop. He makes a killing. He sits at the bins all day. He gets mad amounts of Carhartt and t-shirts. He runs them on Whatnot or lists them on Depop and destroys it. He doesn't even do eBay or Poshi or Macari, just Depop. And he makes like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, every month. So it's just a matter of finding what's right for you. And if something isn't right for you, that's okay. If you try Whatnot and you hate it, you don't have to continue to do it. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. Don't let anybody pressure you or make you feel like you have to do something. If it's not right for you, it's not right for you. And that's okay, because that's the great news about this business is there is a million different ways to do this. Hustle, we were just talking about you, my friend. There he is. We were just talking about, hydrate. We're hydrating with coffee this morning because it's a Monday. Vintage Toys Express B is in the house. So good to see you, my friend. Yeah, you're so welcome. I'm happy to help. Organized chaos, says Jarhead, exactly. Please do lots of storage unit bids. Yeah, I mean, as we get into this storage unit situation, we'll be doing a ton of content on it. Because I think that it's so helpful. So, do you guys know Tribid that's on here? Does anybody know Tribid? I'm gonna tag her in this. First of all, you should definitely go to their auctions. I think is it just straight up Tribid or is it try_bid? Let's see if I can find her. God, I'm gonna mess this up. See if I can. Let me find her on TikTok and just see if I can figure this out. So on TikTok, she's TRIBID. So if you guys want to follow someone, go over to her sorry, my phone is very dirty. Go over to her TikTok and follow her. She has an amazing playlist on how to do storage units that I was watching. She's been doing storage units for like 10 or 15 years or something like that. If anybody can manage to get her tagged on here, I don't know why it's not popping up for me. Let me try it one more time. And it's TRI. And then maybe it's that and then bid. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys. Okay. Give her a follow on here. She is an example of an amazing whatnot seller. Incredibly honest, knows her stuff. So if you guys are looking for someone to follow, I would highly suggest giving her a follow. Thanks you guys for doing that. Another seller, if you like storage units, Locker Blocker. Oh, is she live right now? Of course she is. Locker Blocker. Do you want to tag that person? Ross says, Butch, welcome in. Tasty, good to see you, my friend. Rosita Spicy Roost here. I'm so happy you're here. Yeah, I'm excited to make the content too. I'm excited to see yours. Guys, make sure you follow Jarhead too. And he is now verified over on Facebook, so it's not a fake account like someone tried to copy him. Look at his storage units now online. Forecast, I love that. I personally love flea markets. I love setting up at home. I love walking around. They're amazing. B, I hate them. I don't like flea markets. I don't know what my problem is. I just don't like it. Like, I don't know if it's the people, the chaos, the craziness. So this just goes to show we all find those things that we love. And yeah, I will do lots of videos. Yes, Locker Blocker. All it says I follow everyone. Yeah. While we're here, you guys, leave a heart in the chat if you agree to follow anyone back that follows you. If you pinky swears to follow them back, leave a heart in the chat. And if you're already following them, click on their name and then go in and bookmark a couple of their shows. You guys have no idea how much it helps smaller sellers. It is like without bookmarks, we are toast. We are DOA. We are not going to get our show pushed out. It is not even going to show up on the 16th page of Whatnot Scrolls. So you have to get those bookmarks. So it's so important that we bookmark each other. This is how we support each other and how we do it for free. So Irene is in, Olive is in, Jarhead, Allah, Idaho Flippers, welcome in. That was a wild day. Like, who the heck would want to be me? Jarhead, you're an amazing person. Everyone wants to be you. Ross is Jules in the Rough. I love it. I bought 20 units in 3 weeks. I found Whatnot after the fact. Oh my God. Wow. How did that happen? That's insane. Allie's in. That's correct. How did you see? That was one of my questions for Hustle was, have you ever won two? And he said, yes, he has. He won two right before he was heading home for like a holiday. So right before he was leaving, he got those 2 units. So I remember him busting, but I remember him taking stuff with him and running it with him while he was at his family's house. Like, so that's my only thing is I'm worried about winning two at the same time. I mean, God, you know, wording is like a rocking chair. It'll give you something to do, but not get you anywhere. So I'm just going to do it. I got no space in my house. I got no garage space. We are full to the max here. But I'm going to do it anyways. I mean, you only live once, right? PCals, welcome in, my friend. All right, you guys. What else do we got going on? I think that's all of the stuff. We still have a couple of the giveaways left if you guys want to get one of those. I had to buy a comics. Oh my God. See, we don't have a truck or anything. We have no storage. We don't have a truck. This is going to get interesting, but we're going to do it. We're going to figure it out. I know Justin was talking about, like, if this works out, like maybe purchasing a Justin. Oh, he's been probably in the garage, getting orders. What are those called? What is Sprinter van, a Sprinter van. He's thinking about like maybe getting like a Sprinter van. What is your guys' opinion? Okay, opinion time. Doing a storage unit. You're cleaning out a storage unit. Truck or Sprinter van is the question. I have a small SUV and it's just me. If I can do it, so can you. Okay, Allie. Okay, Allie. I see you, baby. Sam says van. We only have a carport and we make it work. All right. I say Yoda, you only die once. That's true. That's true. Sega Max, what's in truck and trailer? So that's the other thing we're thinking about is like a truck. I mean, our car has like 120,000 miles on it. So like, I mean, we're going to run that sucker into the ground, but like it's already starting to kind of have like issues from time to time. So like, I was thinking like maybe a truck and a trailer is the way to go. I don't know. a pickup with a trailer. I personally prefer a 9-foot Ford that I rent from U-Haul. So I've seen you do that. Brian, what is your average cost for that? Like when you have to rent a U-Haul, and then where are you? Because you're taking all that stuff to your storage unit. So like, what is your cost? Irene says trailer. I think I'm shopping for a Sprinter van. I rent a van from Home Depot if needed. My GMC Arcadia gets job done too. Yeah, so that's what we were looking at for like this unit that's coming up. It's down south a little bit from us if we get it. If I win this one, I mean, I haven't been on it yet, but like if we were to win this one, like if I had to do it in my car, it would take like so much time. So like we were looking at like the in town like U-Haul rentals or something like that. So 150 to 300 depending on distance. Yeah, so I have to budget that into like what I'm gonna win the unit for. We'll get a truck and enclosed trailer for farm, so I have options. Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at too, because like I know with Hustle, when he cleans out a unit, you got to put that stuff somewhere, right? So a lot of times he just leaves it in the trailer and then just takes stuff out to run it on whatnot. So, anyways, enough about that. You guys are welcome to continue to talk about that, but that's our adventure that we've decided to do. I told you guys last December, we talked about this at the beginning of December, how I felt like 2026 was going to be the year of me trying to figure out where I wanted to go with this business. Like I started out with this just to make like a little bit of money. Like this was not in the call. I was not going to be a reseller. There was, I don't even know how this happened, but I love it. So I'm glad it did. So we talked about trying to figure out kind of where we wanted to go this year. And I've done a lot of different things. We're doing these estate auctions. The problem with that is that by the time you do the split and on the drive time, it's tough. We want to continue to do auctions here for consignment. So we've got a couple consigners right now. I think we'll probably maybe be willing to take a couple more on depending on the stuff that they have, where you guys just ship me the stuff and then I run on a whatnot. We've got one of those coming up this week and then one next week. And I've made a list kind of what to send me so that you guys can get your best bang for your buck, kind of learning as we're going how to do this. So I think we'll probably continue to do that. I'm still going to source. And then of course we're going to do the storage unit. So it'll be interesting. It's going to be fun. What are you guys thinking you're going to do this year? What's your plan? Are you guys going to do thrift stores? Are y'all going to do, are you garage sailing? Are you doing flea markets? Are you doing storage units? What is your guys' plans coming up this year for reselling? Mammy, welcome in. Taylor's here in Polish. The most I ever spent was $1,200 to Texas and back. That was a really good haul though, B, if I remember correctly. Didn't you do pretty well with that one? I feel like all the above says forecast. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I'm doing everything. I started consignment and I'm up to my neck now. Rosita, spicy root. That's why we haven't seen you. You've been busy. You've been over there hustling. Three Rivers says bins, yard sales, marketplace, and starting live selling. At least try it. Hey, Three Rivers, here's the thing. You try it, right? If you love it, you keep with it, and you know that it might be a grind in the beginning, but you do it anyways, and you're going to mess up shipping, and that's okay. And things are going to not sell, or things are going to sell for too low, or things are going to sell for really high, and it's all going to be amazing, and it's a crazy adventure. And I know that you can do it. So try it out, see what you think. Yeah, we just do it. I love it. Clear my conics 1 month on whatnot. I'm going to do a flea market day. Not sure where I'm going to go from there. Hey, one step at a time at that one. Jarhead says he's going to do storage units for sure. 2 hours from the bins. So 1 trip a week, thrift stores, yard sales, estate sales, flea markets, good mix. Yeah, the bins is kind of far for me too. And like I said, oh man, I had so much anxiety there, you guys. I don't know. I get anxious. And so I just was in there and I was like, so one of the things I do when I get super anxious, this is like a thing that goes along with my brain, is I do this like weird little move. I'm like this, and I'm just like, and I'm like almost frozen. And so Justin saw it and he was just like, this is not for you. I'm literally like, like paralyzed by it. So I also have live auctions around me. Yeah, I haven't seen any of those here at all. Straw hat, welcome in. I'll be sourcing from anywhere that I get stuff cheap. Idaho, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. All right, guys, we're gonna get started here doing some photography while we're working on this. If you guys have questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas, feel free to ask. That's what this show is about. This is about helping each other, supporting each other, answering your questions. Opinions are like armpits. Everyone has them and they generally stink. So I'll give you my opinion on something, take it with a grain of salt. And we just learn together. PSG, good to see you, my friend. Bins, bag sales, garage sales, book sales, estate sales. Yep, that's what it is. Storage unit, estate sales, and person auctions, says Roach. Yeah, I'd have to look and see. I know we've got a flea market here where I'm at, but it's just not a very good one. Like it's really expensive. Like, I mean, that being said, it's reseller prices. It's like these people are all resellers, so I'm not gonna find you ain't finding no deals there. So hey, good to see you. Okay, we're going to invite in. So we're gonna do a little screen share. We haven't done this in a while, so this should be fun. We're going to do a little screen share action here. And let me get to the other account. Let's see. How do I do that? Why is it not letting me switch? Let me try log out. Ooh, that's weird. Usually I can just usually I can just double click on it. Let's try that again. We're going to try it again. If I can't get it to work, I can't get it to work. But because I'm guessing Justin must be in the garage. Let's see. Let's go to sign out, and then yeah, I'm gonna get him to help me. We're gonna call Justin. We're gonna see. Should we see if he answers? This is how ridiculous my life is. I'm gonna call my husband that is in our garage. Let's see. We're just making a phone call and whatnot. Don't worry about it. I know Justin. He can't hear me. I took a shower. Did you hydrate? Nope. I did not. I didn't. Let's see if he'll pick up. We're gonna see if
What do you need, dear?
Justin!
What?
Where are you?
I'm trying to get shipping done. What are you doing?
I need your buddy. I need you to come help me sign into whatnot on this phone, this other phone, because it's got to be signed in your name, and I can't figure out how to do it. So I need you here. Yep. Fix it. Justin! Justin!
What do you want?
Justin!
What?
You got to log in that account. I don't know how to do it. So, did we get, somebody just got something. Someone just did something. Oh, Alley Cat got a sponsored giveaway. Okay, so we got Felix, Irene, and Allie. So you guys will get added to the pool. You will probably have your stuff pulled on either your giveaway gift cards will either be pulled on Wednesday or Thursday of this week. What's up? Headset. Yes. Okay. We're doing it, guys. That's probably not charged. It's probably not charged. So, cats in pajamas, which by the way is adorable. Good to see you. Twice around the block. Good to see you as well. Yeah, Jarhead says, Justin. God says it's been a while for you being in here photographing. I know. So we haven't done a photographing show together in a while because my schedule last in December, I went ham, you guys, because I took off. This is not a joke. I literally took from the 18th of December to the 5th of January off. So I worked like a psychotic person. I literally was like photographing and listing like 50 items a day. It was like there was no time for live, there's no time for anything. So our shows in the morning that we were doing for these, I was just doing thrift hauls because we were thrifting so much to get stuff up. So now that things are kind of like a little bit back to normal, the reason I did that is because I knew I was going to take that time off with Isaiah. It's the only time I take off all year. And so I took that time off. My algorithms, of course, over on eBay are terrible right now, but it was a sacrifice I was willing to make because I really wanted to just like spend that dedicated time with him. So I got to get ready to take puppy to the vet. I'll catch up with y'all later. Jarhead, thank you for your service. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. And I was baking. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys. I went like full mom domestic mode. It's like when Isaiah comes to visit, like I just go like full mom. Like it is like I am baking, I'm cooking, I'm taking care of him. He's getting pampered for a few weeks, and then he flies home because he's an adult and lives his life. We talk on the phone pretty much every day. I know my son's like my best friend. It's so weird, but we're just best friends. Like I was a young mom. We grew up together. We love hanging out. So we had a lot of fun. It was worth it. I know you enjoyed the time. I did. You guys, I treasure it. I treasure it so much. Alabama, good to see you. Okay, so we're going to get started here. He's hooking up. Honey, is that headset hooked up? Okay, perfect. All right. So we are going to invite in and do a little split screen action here. And give me just a second. It's a minute to do this. Just a minute to do this. So we're going to invite this one in here. And invite to co-host, confirm. There might be feedback for 2 seconds, but it should go away immediately. Perfect. All right. Can you guys hear me? And is it no feedback? Is what I'm hoping. All right, so we're gonna flip this around here. We're gonna bring this here, and in this way, you guys can see what it is I'm photographing. And that makes it interesting and fun, right? Do we like interesting and fun? That way you can get an up close and personal on what I'm doing. Let's see, move it back a little bit. I'm exploring. Should we put it down a little bit? You guys tell me. Tell me when you like it. Try that there. No, too low. Maybe we need to go higher. Maybe we need to go higher. Can you take me higher? Oh my God, Justin! I was just singing Creed. Oh my God. Make it stop. Terrible. No. Naughty. All right. Welcome in. Logan says no feedback. Good. May, welcome in. Okay. So we are going to get some pictures, you guys. Awesome. I found Taylor Swift Lounge Pass at the thrift last week. Yes. So I have sold this exact sweatshirt before. I usually get, have we sold two of these now? I might have sold two of these now. We usually get like around 70 to 80 bucks for these, just depending on the size. The larger sizes I can get a little bit more for. So good to see you. Top of the morning. Long time no see. I'm here. I'm here hanging out. Yeah, we November and December schedule was just crazy. Like I was on here, but it was like kind of random. So we're kind of back to regular. Chris, welcome in. So yeah, so these are great. What's wonderful about these two, if you guys ever find any of this, anything that says folklore on it, it's all Taylor Swift, and it will sell like that. So you don't even need to promote it. Like, don't promote it over on eBay. You don't need to promote it. We're doing something a little bit different this year, and I'm not going to go into the whole process because I'm experimenting. But with the new eBay fee, with them trying to like basically charge you promotions for everything, I decided to try something a little bit different. So my items that I know don't need to be promoted, I'm not promoting. Like I don't need to promote this. This will get bought without me promoting. I don't need to give eBay an additional 9 to 11% to sell this because it'll sell. The stuff I am promoting is like basic stuff. So if I've got, things that are like obscure that maybe or things that are highly, there's tons of it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like a shirt, right? I'm gonna have to promote this Ralph Lauren gingham shirt. If I don't promote this, it's not gonna be high enough up on the list for people to see it because there's a billion of them, right? There's so many of those online. Levi's, I have to promote that. Under Armour, I gotta promote that. Adidas pants, I gotta promote that. But a lot of this stuff that's kind of rare that like there's not going to be a whole lot of it. I don't need to promote that, right? So what I'm going to do, like take for instance this. This is a crazy, insanely awesome sweater, right? Totally unique, totally like I mean this is fire. I love this piece. But I don't need to necessarily promote this because there's not going to be 100 of these online, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to promote it and then I'm going to take a look at it in about 2 weeks. If it has under 10 views, I'm going to promote it. If it has 10 views or more, I don't need to promote it. So what I'm going to be doing is going in every day to my listings. I'm going to sort it by date listed and I'm going to look. Anything I've had listed for like over 30 days or 2 months that keeps delisting and relisting, I'll promote those. But I figure I can save myself a couple $100 a month at least if I'm not promoting, because I was just promoting every single thing, but it's like I don't need to promote this, right? Like someone's gonna find this and they're gonna buy it because of the keywords I'm using, not because of the promotion. So if you guys, I know it's an amazing. I saw that and I was like let me pin this here for a second, guys. Too. This is our master keywords list. Now I know a lot of you guys already have this. But this right here is over, what are we up to? Like 36 or 37 aesthetics. Plus there's like 550 keywords that you copy and paste them and put them in your listings so that they sell quicker. I will die on this hill. And y'all know I'm right because they talked about this at the eBay Open They've talked about this at the Poshmark get together thing. Keywords are where it's at. That's how AI is finding you now, is keywords. It used to just be hashtags. That's what search engines find. Now the search engines and AI have combined. They now look for keywords to be able to demographically send you something they think that you'll like. And so my keywords are going to be what sells that. That is art. That is artcore. That is retro, vintage vibes. It's like all of the crazy keywords that we're going to use, right? Kidcore, color block, all of those things. So I'm not going to promote it because why am I going to give eBay even more money? It's already Feebay, and we're going to try doing it this way. My son does it this way. So he's the GoldenEye is his store over on eBay. He's the one that taught me how to resell. And he's doing great. And so I am going to try doing this and save myself a little bit of money because I just don't think I have to promote everything. Now, if somebody clicks on something and then they click on mine and the other thing was promoted, then I still might end up paying the promoted fee at the end of the day. But I'm going to try to save myself a couple $100 a month. So, Collie, good to see you, my love. It's been so helpful for my listings. I love the keywords. Good. Yes, that's what it's for. That is what it's there to help y'all out. So, if you're interested in getting it, you can buy one here and I buy it now. And then let's go ahead and let's pin this back up here too. Okay, so we're going to get this stuff photographed. Now, I also, man, this is a day of changes. So we're also changing the way that we do our inventory a little bit. So you're not going to see it today, but you're going to see it in future videos. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. So what we have been doing is we photograph an item, we put it in a bag. These are all numerical. And then these go into our bins in our garage. However, we are running out of space. And we have these two very long bars up in the garage. And I have like probably 1,000 hangers now. So I am going to take my pants and we're going to still bag them because hanging up the pants, they just don't stay hung very well. We're going to take and do pants in bags. And I'm going to start doing shirts on hangers. And then I came up with an ingenious idea. I've been thinking on how to tag these hangers so that the tags aren't permanent on them. So stay tuned for that. I will definitely do a video. If you guys are not following me over on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, make sure you follow me. I'm just nice comps everywhere so that you can catch that video. Because I think it's going to be a way to save some space. If y'all are trying to do this out of your garages and stuff, Justin built me these amazing racks against the wall out of pipes and some rack things. It was very inexpensive and a wonderful solution. It's been amazing. And so I think we're going to start doing that. So you won't see that today because I'm waiting for the things to get in the mail. The Amazon guys should be ready any minute here with the items I need for that. So it should be good. Reptile guy! Hello, my love. Nicole Fu with the keywords list. Nicole, send me a message today here on Whatnot if you want to get it faster. You're still going to get the QR code for it in the mail. And then that QR code will lead you to the keywords list. That you will also be able to access the video I did on how to use the keywords. We did an hour class on that, so you guys will be able to see that as well. But if you want it faster than that, message me here on Whatnot. Justin will get to you and get it to you faster. So it is time. I'm glad. I'm happy to motivate you. That makes me feel good. Regina, welcome in. Good morning, honeybee. Reptile guys slithering in here, hanging out. Good to see you, my friend. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some pictures started here. And so the first picture I take is a close-up photo. Now, if you guys are still doing your photos the old school way, I'm going to encourage you to take 2026 and start doing your photos a little bit differently. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to get up here. How does this look good? Okay, good. I'm going to get up here kind of close. I do like a hang method. So we're just going to put a little tape there for a second. And I'm going to get up here and get this puppy. I want people to be able to kind of get up here close and see this. Now, pictures didn't used to be done this way. This is not how pictures used to be done. But I'll show you why I'm doing things a little bit different now. Let me put this back down here. And for those of you wondering, this board is on a 25% slant. And so it keeps my items flat. And I know a lot of you are like, how is she defying gravity? All right, I want to show you the difference here and why I'm doing this like this. Okay. So this is kind of the older school way of doing your photos, right? You're kind of far away. The problem is people can scroll past that so quickly because there's so much stuff online, right? But if we do up close like that as my opening photo, it's going to stop their scroll. So we're going to do that as our opening. Then we do the front. Then the next thing I do for clothes is we're going to do shoulders, and you can get so fast at this, you guys. So we're going to do shoulders, we're going to do arms, we're going to do length, we're going to do the bust or chest area. Do that. Then we're going to flip this sucker around. We're going to do the back. Let the whole back be shown. I'm also, while I'm doing this, kind of inspecting it just to make sure it doesn't have any like holes or tears or anything like that, or stains or anything funky. All right. Then once we do that, now we're going to get some care tags. So let's get those. So here's our care tag here, and I just hold that in my hands, get up nice, close, and personal. So that's what that looks like. And then we're going to look for the tag here that tells us what it's made of, if there even is one. A lot of these newer clothes don't even have them anymore. It's like they just don't even care to tell you what things are made of. Maybe it's in the back. Oh, there it is. 100% polyester. Shocker. Shocker. 100% polyester in a new item? That's crazy. Do you use one of those special flat lay hangers? Yes, so I have one, and I think actually it might be in the garage right now because we used it for our show the other day. So I get my flat lay hangers, I get mine from Trish. So if somebody can tag Trish's Trove of Treasures, her husband makes them. Now there's people that have tried to like do like the knockoff versions or like the dupey versions of it, and they're just, honestly, they're garbage. So I would get with Trish and get one from her. If hers ever break, she guarantees them for life. I mean, she's an awesome lady, and she's a small business, which I always want to support. Once I do that, then we just take a picture of the SKU number, so I have it. Boom, done. Molly Young, artist, welcome in, my friend. Little Bargains Boutique, hello. Yeah, so the lay flat hangers. Let me see if I can find her on TikTok. You can always shoot her a message too. Let's see. I think it's Trisha's Trove. Yes, this is her. So send her a message on you guys can screenshot this. Send her a message on Instagram or TikTok and ask her how you can get one of those hangers. And if you don't know what they look like, message her. She'll send you over pictures. They're these larger hangers, and they work great for big clothing. So if I have items that are 2X or larger, you know how they look like just kind of sat on a hanger, or when you flat lay them on the ground, you try to take a picture, they look so crazy distorted. I do it with the hanger, and it just makes everything pop and look really, really good. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you'll have to check her out. Oh, here we go. She even has her first video. This is her video, is the flat lay hangers. So if you go over to her TikTok, you'll see those first ones, and they hand make them. It's cool. So anyways, and no, I do not get paid for endorsing her. She's such a cool lady. Okay, next up here, we're gonna might as well do this sweater while we've got it here. This cool, amazing, awesome, crazy, bonkers sweater. So I'm looking for, we got just some hair here. Let's get that off. I do live in a house with dogs, so that's just kind of the way it goes. So we're gonna get those off here. Get little doggy hairs and get all that there. And then we'll take our little depiller. Where is my depiller? We're gonna take our little depiller here and just get off any of the depilling. Make sure when you guys do your depillers that you that the material is super flat, because if it's not, you're gonna create holes in your item. So you want it to be like super flat. You don't want it to have like any bumps or lumps. And then just make sure that you're not pushing super hard either. If you're pushing really hard, you're going to also put a hole in it. So just really nicely, real easily, and that should take that off there. I like this one. I got this one from the TikTok shop. It works great. What's wonderful about it, look at all that. That's just from the last photo session. So it takes off like so. Look at all that. ASMR, guys. ASMR of an entire thing of lint. So it works wonderful. If you guys want this one, if you go over to my TikTok, I think I have this. Let's take a look. I'm not very organized. I don't do a lot of like TikTok shop selling. But if you go over to my TikTok shop here, it should be in here. Yeah, it's right there. Oh, it's only $10 right now. Yeah, so it's this one right here. This is what I like. I had another one that wasn't rechargeable and it was smaller. And it worked for a long time, but this one just works better. And it's got like 3 speeds on it. I don't know. I really like it. So I will always show you guys the stuff I like, and I will always tell you about the stuff I hate, like that spray that's supposed to take the wrinkles out of your clothing. First of all, it smells so much like baby powder. I thought I was gonna die. And second of all, it just did not work. So I don't know if anybody else uses it and they enjoy it, but I did not use it and I did not enjoy it. It was an immediate no for me. So, all right, let's get a photo of this. So, same thing here. I want to feature the fact, I want this pattern to show. So, anything that's cool, I want it to pop out, even if it slightly distorts what the item looks like. It's what we're trying to do with that first photo. Here's what I want you guys to think of when you're making your first photo. That first photo is your showstopper. It all it is for you to get people to stop scrolling. So it doesn't have to be what it's going to look like on people's bodies. Take, for instance, Depop. I don't know if anyone else here sells on Depop. I sell a lot of stuff on Depoppers. And over there, you can like gather pant legs and do all this stuff because it's not so much about like what it looks like on you. It's just to get the person to like stop. So these are going to be for the Bay, Depoppers, Poshmarky, or Carly May. For I'll be honest with you, I've done the preloading stuff for my whatnot shows, even for like the more luxury ones. I don't know that it really made a difference. We saw a lot like this week. We've got a whole bunch of like designer new with tag stuff, and then we've got designer new with tag stuff next week. I would bet you money that we will clear the exact same amount whether I did pre-bid stuff or not. For me, maybe you guys do the pictures and all that. Time is money to me though. And it's like that takes extra time. You're already selling it for less on whatnot than what you can get it for online. So every other little thing that you do is just adding to that fee to what it costs you. And I always think of everything I do as like an hourly wage. I want to make on minimum $25 an hour. So if I take the time it takes me to get the item, the time it takes if I have to clean the item, the time it takes for the photos, the time it takes to run the show, the time it takes to ship it, and all of that kind of stuff, and I'm not making $25 an hour on it, something's broken. So for whatnot, the only way to offset that cost is to just not do a lot of those other little special things. I'm not cleaning stuff for whatnot. I'm not dusting stuff for whatnot. I'm just, you're getting it. You're getting a good crazy deal. You're getting a new with tags free people that's, $100 online for $30 or $40 or whatever. Like I'm not getting crazy and doing pictures for you. So Allie says agreed. Yeah. Do you guys do that? How many of you guys take photos ahead of time and how many of you guys don't? I'm curious. What are your thoughts? Tell me. Let's share as a community. Random polls. Yeah, I like random polls. When you started on WN, did you start your prices super low? So we did, and I still do super low prices. I don't for everything. So like if I've got a room, and a lot of times you got to go off of this right here, right? You got to go off the gut. So if I've got a room and I run a new with tags dress, let's just say, and it's a $80 dress, and I know it'll sell for $60 on eBay, and I run that sucker, and I run it for let's say $3 or whatever, and it sells for $6, I'm like, ugh, this might not be the room for it. And so I might take that stuff, the rest of the stuff, and start everything at like at least $10 or $15. If people don't buy it, that's okay. We'll just run it in another show. Now there's shows where I do super low starts. Like we did one last week where we had a lot of fast fashion and stuff. So that stuff I'm going to have to combine because it's just not going to pull when it needs to on whatnot. But people still like it. People want it. It's fine. But I'm just going to do low starts and kind of move that stuff out. So I think it kind of depends on what you have. Here's what I would say though. It's okay for business to cost you a little bit, right? It's the price of having a business. But if you get done and you feel like sick about it and it feels like you're losing money, your family's losing money, you're taking money out of the groceries and you're doing that, that's not smart business. That's getting taken advantage of. And it is just as easy to get taken advantage of as a seller as it is a buyer. Either side or both sides can get taken advantage of, right? So I think it's really important for you to go with what feels right in your gut. If that piece doesn't sell, but you know it's worth good money, just cycle it into another show or run it again at the end of the show. We've had stuff where we had a last month at the beginning of the month, we had a dress. I think it was like a maybe like a joy dress or something. And it's like a $250 dress. I ran that sucker for 15 bucks and nobody got it. And I was like, this is insane. Like, do these people know how much this thing resells for online? We ran it again at the end of the show and it sold for like $35. So it just depends on like who's in the room. So it's okay for business to cost you, but don't feel sick about it, right? If that makes any sense. I was in a show, girl ran a purse, no one bought it. She ran it later, it sold for 79 bucks. Yeah. Because it just depends on who's there. Think about being a box store, you guys. So you're a box store, right? Not everyone that walks into Buckle is going to buy stuff out of Buckle. You may have 14 window shoppers and nobody buys anything and they all leave the store. And then you have three people come in and buy tons of stuff. And if you've ever worked retail, has anyone in here ever worked retail? If you've ever worked retail, you know that's true. You know that you can have the beginning of a day just be garbage and nobody comes in, nobody buys anything. And then the second half of the day, it's banana pants because it just depends on the person who's in the room. Yeah, Jacqueline says yes. Katie says, yep. Tiggs, welcome in, my friend. Jacqueline, great to see you. And yesteryears here, 90% of the stuff I buy never starts less than $8. Yeah, because you're looking for like, it depends on what you're looking for. Now, there's people that only go to dollar shows because they are cool with having fast fashion. So with the show that we had last week, we had a fast fashion show, right? And we went through like 60 something pieces in that show. The people that bought that night were people that never buy from me. I think we had one or two people that buy from us, bought a couple things in that show. Everyone else was new because those are people that are looking for those fast fashion items. A lot of those people buy that stuff and then they send it off to to other people, families. I'm down here in southern Texas. We have a lot of people that buy stuff and then take it down to Mexico. So like we have like I mean, there's a little bit of everything everywhere, right? And so there's something for everyone everywhere. So I was cool with writing that stuff at that price because I know that that's what people will pay for it. But if I've got like we've got Free People, we've got brand new Adidas, we have a whole bunch of really good stuff this week coming up. I'm not starting that stuff at $1 because if it goes for $3, I've done a disservice to myself and my consigner, right? That item, if it doesn't sell immediately, then it'll sell again, right? We've got stuff from one of our consigners. I still have like I think 8 or 9 pieces in the garage waiting for her next consignment to come in. She might be on here maybe, but I'm waiting for her next consignment to come in, and then we'll just cycle those clothes into the next show. And then what I do is I take it, I section it off, and I'm like, okay, this is so and so stuff. This is so and so stuff, and I'll just keep it, right? Just hang it up in the garage, and we'll do another show. And if it sells on that one, great. If it doesn't, we'll do it on another show. You just got to keep going until you find the right people. So I was loading pics, but it was killing my time. So I'm regrouping. I'm going to restart this week with random polls. Olive, I agree. I think it's just, I look at the amount of time people are spending on these items for pre-bed. It's got to be a lot of time. I know how long it took me. And I was just like, if I'm already taking pictures of this stuff, right? Why am I not just listing it on eBay then? Like, why am I selling a brand new Vince Camuto dress, new with tags, that's $200? I know I can get like $110 for it. Why am I selling it for $9 if I'm going to take the pictures and do all of that, right? So I think you just got to time is money, right? Good morning, Starly. Welcome in. I like that fast fashion show. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with the fast fashion show, right? Like, there's something for everybody, you guys. You just got to find the right people. Christina's your coastal. Good to see you, my friend. Little Donna often does sponsorships. She's probably actually up on this board here. Little Donna does a lot of like sponsorships. You guys should check her out. She is such an adorable woman. You guys, if you have not been to one of her shows, You gotta check it out. She is just cute as pie. She is so sweet. I just love her to pieces. Starly says, "Hey, I've got a show coming up on 1/19 at 2:30. New with tags, pre-love, name brand, $2 starting bids. Please bookmark our show and show some support, guys. Let's support our friend Starly here. I'm gonna mention them in the chat. I'm gonna encourage each and every one of you to go ahead and give them a follow, and then go over and bookmark that show. That is how we grow together, because we are, as resellers, like our sticker says, hashtag better together. Do we have any of these left? Do we have any stickers left, honey? These, we might be out. If we're not out, it's close. Oh, we got 4. We got 4 of these left. This is me, and that is Justin, and resellers are hashtag better together. If anybody wants to support the stream and get a sticker, you are more than welcome to. We have like none left. That's crazy. Cox Colleen, welcome in. I think if you're only doing WN, it makes more sense. Yeah, if you're only doing WN and you are not doing like the Bay or Poshy or anything like that, then of course preloading is fine, because that's your whole business. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Now, I'll be honest with you. Okay, honest time, super honest time. I prefer random pull shows. When I see a show that's preloaded, I will go through all their stuff real quick, and if I don't see something I like, I probably leave. That's just me. So I don't know how many me's there are out there, but it's like, if you don't have what I'm looking for, why am I going to spend the time? Plus, the random pulls, that's like the treasure hunt, right? What's on the box? That's just me. So, yeah, because a fast flip, exactly. Faithful Eve, welcome in. Ed Mac, welcome in as well. Okay, so we are getting pictures here of this little puppy. And again, I want to get up close. I want to get in the guts of this sweater. So I want to get as close as humanly possible, so that I am really showing all of that. Don't leave any space. Now, if this didn't have decoration on the sleeves, I would probably just do it and make the picture like this big, so that people stopped in the scroll. So whatever you can do to get them to stop in the scroll, that's what you want to do. So the next thing we do after we do our front picture is, and I do the same exact thing every time. So shoulders, arms, length, and then we're going to do chest. And then I think the tag is actually down below on this one, if I remember correctly. So where did I see it? Yeah, here it is. So I'm just going to get a picture of this now. I used to stress about having my fingers in, and I would go through all this, and I just don't anymore, you guys. Like, if you watch my old videos, I'll be like, oh yeah, don't have your fingernails in there. Now I'm just like, whatever. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but it's like, we spend all this time trying to make things perfect, and at the end of the day, do people really even care? I mean, my nails are not dirty. I'm going to try to keep them out of there as much as I can. And away we go. There's that. If someone's not going to buy this because my fingernail was on it, then I'll just move on and someone else can buy it. There's so many fish in the sea, guys. There's so many people out there buying stuff. You do not need to be stressed about making everything perfect. All right. Got some pilling down here. Oh my gosh, this thing works so, this detailer works so good. Look at that. That is so great. Fish all those bad guys off. All those bad guys off. There you go. Much better. Yeah, look at how much that already probably took off. Yeah, look at all that. That's just from one. I'm telling you, this thing is the goat. This thing is the goat. Honey, it's the goat. Kind of like the Denver Broncos are the goat. He's shaking his head. He's a Pats fan. I'm a Broncos fan. We could end up in the Super Bowl together. It's going to be a fight to the bitter end. All right, once you get the back, we are good to go, and here we go. What's that? Yeah, there's no peace in this house until the playoffs come, because technically, watch this. Technically, the Broncos are the better team right now, because according to the standing numbers, they're better, which means they're greater than the Pats. I say it whatever way I want, because I'm in charge of everything, honey. That's the way that goes. The NFL understands me, and they actually message me when they're thinking about having new players on, and they're like, hey, so Charity, we just wanted to find out what you thought about so and so. They're like, whatever you do, just don't ask that guy that's in your house because he doesn't know anything about football. Oh my god! All the women that are in here right now are just like, oh my god, what is she even talking about?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it was like, the tickets you've won enough.
Oh, right.
So we're gonna give it to you this time.
Right.
It was a pity. It was a treat.
Yeah. What's funny about that though is our numbers still look better. So they can pity us all that they want, but the numbers still look better. That's all I'm saying. It's incredible how much better the Broncos are than the Pats. Are your poly bags in your Amazon store? They are Three Rivers, and I only get one kind. Vertical, I haven't seen you forever. Hey, friend. Gabriel, peace and love and kindness to you too. I have things preloaded, but I also do random at the same time. That's good. Yeah, doing like a 50-50. As long as you're getting enough, Jacqueline, as long as you're getting enough for your stuff, then it's good. As long as you're not spending a whole bunch of time on it, is how I look at it. So, Vertical, Birdborn City. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, if you guys go to here, let me pin this for you. I'm gonna make life real easy here. If you bring that up, so touch it so that it's big on the screen, and then you screenshot it, it should look something like this. And then you can just follow that from the photos in your phone over to our Amazon store. And over in there, I have like all the stuff I use to clean shoes, the bags we use, all the supplies. I have ordered so many different kinds at this point that I have figured out which ones I like and which ones I don't like. And so all that is in our Amazon store. Honey, we're getting feedback from you. My love. All right, next piece we got here. This is a crazy cool little piece. I actually got this at the bins, which was fun. We only got a couple things. Justin!
Oh my god. You're fired.
Feedback.
Yep.
You're feeding back.
Yeah.
You're feeding back. So this is a brand called Take Two. If you guys haven't seen this, these do pretty well online. This is an old vintage company, and that tag is just so cool. They always make like the most bananas insane clothing. This is so like granny core bling. I mean, it's probably you could probably even get away with like all the art core, glam core, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, it's vintage. So we're gonna get a picture of this, and I want to get as much of this first area as I can because it's just so absolutely insane. So here's that. And then again, when I'm doing this, I'm also looking like, did I miss any stains? There's a little string here. We're going to cut that off. Where's my scissors? I want to know who came in here and disorganized my entire room. Oh, wait, it was me. It was me. Oh, you know what else too? We need to get Pixie Dust Treasures in here. I think Pixie Dust Treasures sent me a present, and I have not had a chance to thank her. So hopefully she'll come in here. All right. Where is my little scissors? Where's my skizzers? Skizzers, where are you? Oh, there you are. There you be. These are great too. If you guys haven't gotten yourself a pair of these, they're like the scissors that curve up at the end. I think this is probably in our Amazon stuff too, but they curve at the end so you don't cut clothing. I had a pair that were straight, and I cut a hole in a jersey, a Bears jersey. I cut a hole right in the back of it when it was flat. So I would get yourself the curved pair if you can. Okay. Hooked again. Welcome in. Rebecca's here. Hello. All right. So I'm just going to get off any of these little kind of extra strings that we don't need. There's a dog here. We'll get that off. Perfect. Okay. We're going to go here, and then I'm going to up my exposure a little bit just so I can get like, and we're going to get up close. So I'm going to show you, this is another good example of kind of how I'm doing things a little bit differently for photos. Okay. So before I would have done a photo like that because that way nothing's touching the sides, right? You can see all of it. The problem is it's so far away when people are scrolling, it doesn't stop them. So now I make this my first photo. And yeah, it's not the whole item, but that's okay. I'm getting the meat and potatoes of it, and then that's my second photo. Because again, we're just trying to slow their roll. Hazy, welcome in, my friend. Okay, so once we do that, then we're going to get our measurements here. And same as always, we're going to do shoulder, a little raglan sleeve, arm length. Then we'll do bust. The tag is exposed, so we'll just do the tag while we're here. Boom, done. and back. This is why I like clothes. They're so fast. Clothes are so fast to do. I think, anyways. Do you guys think clothes are faster, or do you guys think hard goods are faster? Clothes or hard goods? So the algorithm doesn't need to see the whole item first. No, because as long as your photos are in there, that is what matters. Because Google Images will take what you have in there and it'll find it. AI has gotten so smart, you guys. It used to be that it had to just be the first photo, and it doesn't as much anymore because of how things have changed. And so you are totally fine with having it be like your second photo, because again, you're trying to slow that scroll. Also, if you're using keywords, the AI and search engines, the SEOs, they are looking for those keywords. So if you've got the artcore keywords, you've got that it's a take two, you got vintage, you got 90s, 1990s, artsy, boho, vacation, travel, all those things like from our master keywords list. As long as you've got that in your description, that's what AI is really looking for. The only time it's really looking for your image is, I want to be honest with you, I have a lot of resellers, because resellers are using Google Lens. I don't think there's a lot of people out there in the world looking for that. Now, if you got a Ralph Lauren shirt, same thing. You just get a picture of the pattern and get a little bit of the tag in there. It is amazing what AI can find these days. And that's why I like Nifty too, is because Nifty's able to write my listing for me. So it knows exactly what to say to get people in. I have no idea. I run things by weight. I don't normally make listings. Oh, interesting. Clothing takes longer for me. Really? Love shoes. Shoes are fast. Shoes are fast. The cleaning of shoes is not fast, but Mel says hard goods. Brittany says we recently started doing shoes. Shoes are so quick for us. God, yeah, see, so shoes are crazy fast to photograph. It's the cleaning that I procrastinate. CC Thrifts, welcome in. Okay, next thing we've got here is something. This little Harley Davidson embroidered patch. Most importantly, it's got a Round Rock, Texas, which is a really expensive area here. And just the fact that it's got Texas in there, Central Texas, that's what's going to be what helps to sell this one here. Harley Davidson a few years ago, way bigger bangers. The unique pieces now still go for well. Like we've got a piece that we're running in a show on Thursday. That's a really cool piece. It's got a Harley Davidson in cursive, the H and the D. It's a women's vest. And it's got like the H and the D embroidered on the back with like blingy stuff and stuff on the front. Those pieces still do really well for me. Or like the men's, like obviously leather coats, things like that. Things that have good areas, like Round Rock, Texas is great. But if you're like, you wouldn't maybe sell one as easily for like, Jacobsburg, Ohio, or something like that. You're not going to sell that as easily as you are some of those bigger places. I've hired my almost 13-year-old clean shoes for me. Three Rivers, that's such a good point. I actually have been thinking about maybe like putting a little ad out for local people to find people to do that for me too. So yeah, that's super smart. Super, super smart. You got to lend me your 13-year-old so that I can get my shoes cleaned. I've got boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of shoes. Like, and it's not that I don't like listing them. It's just one of those things I forget about because it's not like the clothing where it's like hung up right there in my face. But it is definitely something I need to get on. Now for this item, because I want a good close-up picture, I'm going to stretch this out here, put a little tape there. I'm going to stretch this one out and put a little tape here. And again, we're just trying to get that opening photo. Then I'm going to take a little bit of tape. I'm going to put it in this pocket because I want that to look flat. And we're going to make this look real nice, Clark, so that it looks really good for the pictures. Then I'm going to turn my exposure down as well because it's got black in there. So we want it to be like probably -3 for the color tone. And then we're going to go like, we're going to get up way close, way personal. Perfect. So that is going to be our opening photo for that. That is going to stop someone's scroll so much faster than when it's far away. This is the way that people are doing this now. People started out by doing it with dress shirts, and now more and more people are moving into doing it with all types of clothing. You see it really heavily over like on Depop. Like a lot of the top sellers, like the way that they position the clothes, there's like a whole science to it. 3 gathers on the legs, two gathers and a twist on the arms, or they'll make a triangle out of the graphic by bringing in, like, they'll take the top and bring in this portion, and then they'll bring up this portion here. And then same thing on this side, they'll bring this up and then bring this up so that the graphic is like basically in a, well, it's like a diamond, and then they'll take a picture of the diamond. So I think things are changing because people just like, it's like anything. I mean, think about like when malls and stuff first opened. Like they didn't really have to like do anything special for advertisement. You just like, if you walked into a Brooks Brothers store in 1960, there was like one decoration, maybe a couple mannequins, and that was it. But like as the years have gone on, look at like Abercrombie in the early 2000s. There's freaking perfume and shutters and sexy guy posters and sexy lady posters, and the bags have hot models on it. Things just evolve and change. And I think that's where we're at with reselling. I think that if you are not spicing up your pictures, or not necessarily spicing them up, but like if you're not willing to do what's trendy, you're just going to get left behind. So, and I see this all the time. So Justin and I sell an obscene amount of Ralph Lauren. It's probably one of my top selling brands. I love selling it. I sell it every day. We sell something Ralph Lauren. Justin is probably shipping Ralph Lauren today. And so we sell a lot of it. And it's because we do the close-up pictures of stuff. There's people like, I can't sell Ralph Lauren to save my life. And then I look at their photos, and they're all from a distance, and it's like kind of like the old school way of doing it. I will do a Ralph Lauren shirt here in a second, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But you have to be willing to change with the times. And now I think getting closer up on your pictures is absolutely the way to go. So, well, crap, makes me want to redo. So Three Rivers, I thought about that because I have a lot of old pictures, right? Here's the thing: the time it takes to do that, is it worth it, or is it better just to discount your item a couple bucks and move on? That's how I look at it. Because if you go back and do all of that work and it still doesn't sell, or you go back and do all that work, you've now done double the amount of work on it. So now that item has to sell for more for it to be worth it. So we're just leaving our old listings. Like, it's fine. They're fine. They'll sell eventually. And you know what? If I make a few dollars less on them, that's okay. Because everything's always changing. Brittany says, we have a Polo Ralph Lauren jacket we've got recently. Can't find much on it. It's like a regular shirt, but has a zipper and pockets like a bomber. That's interesting. I'd love to see a picture of it. Britt, send me a picture over on Instagram. Send me a picture of the actual shirt, and then send me a picture of the tag, like in the back. I'm curious. I love seeing interesting Ralph Lauren pieces. It's kind of it's my thing. All right. So once we do that, oh hi. Did you want to say hello to everyone? Okay, come here. Come here. You guys know Jack has to say hello. Say hi to everybody. Right up here, bud. Say hello, everyone. Oh, hi, baby. How are you today? He's getting a pedicure and a mani today. Look at those claws. You're on the schedule for today, Misty. You're going to get all fancied up. He just had a bath. He's a clean boy. He smells delicious. Hi, buddy. Okay, go find Papa. Go find Papa. I know. Go. You got to go find Daddy. Mama's working. Mel says, hi, cutie. Vertica says, puppy. Oh, we just have that. Jack. The bum. Sally is probably out on her heating pad. I am telling you guys, she is such a freaking bum, that one. She's so high maintenance. She'll come onto the couch in the morning, but she'll only come out and sit if I turn her heating blanket on. She has to have her heating pad. She has to have her toy lammy. She's got to have it all set up for her. I did this to myself. It's not like she was always high maintenance. I probably created a high maintenance monster. You know how that goes. All right. Anybody else have high maintenance animals? Am I the only freak with a high maintenance animal? Please tell me I'm not. Somebody else, please have a high maintenance animal or multiple high maintenance animals. All right, moving this here to the back. And again, just looking for anything, any stains or anything like that. I am going to get up real close on this Central Texas so that they can see that is on there. I'm going to turn my exposure down to a -3 so it doesn't look washed out. If you have, the other way that you can kind of fix that is You can, if you forget to fix your photos. How many of you guys have Nifty? Who has Nifty in here? If you have Nifty and you get to the end and you go to edit your photo, there's two things. Well, there's three things you can do. One, do the background remover, and that'll automatically make your item look better color. Two is you can slide scale the brightness a little bit, but sometimes that gets wonky. The best one I have found in Nifty is the Gamma, the GAMMA. You can mess with that a little bit, and it will really help with some of the temperatures, to make things look cooler or brighter. Mess around with that Gamma a little bit. We've been doing that and using it a lot, and it's actually been like really, really, really good for us. So all right, once we get that done. So this is going to be an example of when I get my new way of doing our inventory. I'll have a little tab here with a number on it, and I'm gonna do a video on how to make these because I think I came up with a cool idea. We're gonna take these and then I'll just put them on the hanger. It'll have a number on it. Not these exact things, but these other things I ordered. It'll have a number on it, and then I can just hang it. So we're gonna try that and see what happens. So, Broku, welcome in. All right, but for now, it's going in a bag, and we're going to take a picture of it and then moving right along to our next item. All right, here is this. Anybody pick anything up at the thrift recently that they're really excited about? I think that Taylor Swift one I'm pretty excited about, that we did that first one. I paid, I think, maybe 13 or 14 for that. I can't remember. But, I mean, it's an easy $70 sell, so I'll pick it up any day. We just went through that thrift haul that we got. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's such a long video. It's up on YouTube if you want to see like the world's biggest thrift haul. We did a video we did a live, I think it was last week. Let me take a look here. So if you go over to our YouTube and you go to live, it's this one here, the reseller hangout. It's 2 hours and 36 minutes. We went through boxes and bags of stuff. And there's just a ton of information in that video to help you with like keywords, to show you what I bought. And then I also kind of explain why I bought it. So if you guys need something in the background while you're working, or you just want to pop it on or whatever, that is over there on YouTube. And again, it's this one right here. Yeah, God says stream the playlist. I am still convinced we are going to get monetized someday over there. We are, I think, with doing the storage units and stuff too, I think we'll be able to hopefully up our numbers. Our amazing friend Maurice, that's right there, God. He has been streaming our playlist for like over about a year now, to help us try to get monetized. So we are very grateful. Three Rivers says, my husband found a local guy selling 25 pairs of high-end shoes on Facebook for 50 bucks. I love that. Should be close to a 400 profit. High five on that one, dude. Yeah, husband. You got to give your hubby next from all of us. Good job, hubby. Okay. All right. Next up here, I said we would do a polo. So here is an example of a Ralph Lauren, right? Now, this is not the greatest color scheme I've ever seen. Another one of my little gadgets I love here. I don't know if anyone has ever seen this, but you just take the little thing, you slip it in the hole where the button is, you grab a hold of the button, you bring it through, and then you don't have to use your little fingers to button things. It works really good too for those little buttons here for button downs. Also, the difference between a button down and a button up. Button downs are going to have a little button right here on the corner. Button ups do not have that. So this is technically a button up. However, I usually put button down on it because most people don't know the difference. So I just go with what the algorithm likes. But technically, this is a button up. All right, so here's this. And my hanger's backwards. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. And I do this for all of my dress shirts. Oh, we got a few more buttons here we need to get to. So let's put a little button thing in. Boom, done. And this saves my fingers from doing, because we do so many men's dress shirts. If I had to button those by hand all day, I would probably lose my actual mind. My fingers do not like doing that anymore. Okay. So now, old school would be to take a picture of this from afar. New school. Now, if you do flat lay, you can just lay it down flat. I do hang just because I prefer the way that it looks. So what I do is I take the arm on one side. So I do this pretty quick, so I'm gonna try to do this slow enough for you guys. So, okay, so the first thing I do is I take and I put this arm back here. What that does is it helps to extend the chest out a little bit. So if you'll notice, all of that is extended now. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my sleeve, I'm gonna extend it out, I'm gonna take a piece of tape, put it on the cuff, and then I'm gonna split right here where the elbow would be, and I'm gonna bring this up. Now, the reason I usually do this side and not the other arm is because men's shirts with pockets tend to have the pockets on this side. Not always true, but generally. Now, if this is open like that, I can always take another little piece of tape and put this in there. So once I've got that, I want to make sure the top looks good, everything looks great, and that's nice and smooth. Then we're going to take a look and see how this looks on the camera. I'm going to bring this up to probably +3, and then I will probably mess around with the gamma slightly in Nifty. So let me show you what that looks like. So this is going to be, yes, we touched them. Wait, bring those here for a second. This is so funny, you guys. This is, okay, this is an example of something you can do. Go into your inventory today and touch and talk about things that have been in your inventory forever. We just talked about these 4 days ago, touched them, and they just sold. I have had these shoes for like a year and a half. This is like a pair of like Amazon brand or something. Yeah, that's how long we've had them. So go in, touch your inventory, and talk about it today. Anything you want to have sell, it'll sell. For love of humor, I'm happy to see you too, my friend. Okay, so this is going to be our opening photo. Notice you can see the pattern, you can see the cuff, and you can see the vintage Ralph Lauren tag right there. If keywords are in your title, should they be repeated in the description? Yes. Thinking there aren't commas in the title, so unsure. Yes, you should have. So if you've got preppy in the title, you also want that in the description. The perfect trifecta is to also have that in your themes. And so the search engine and AI is looking for those words in 3 places. It looks for it in your title, it looks for it in your description, and it looks for it in the theme on eBay. Now, the theme isn't as important. Sometimes I don't even mess with it. But definitely the title and definitely at the bottom of your descriptions. Those are the places that it is the algorithm is absolutely looking for it in those 2 places. You are so welcome. Verticast says, I was just putting things in a box to send to ThreadUp and 3 of them sold. I'm telling you, it is a vibe. It's a thing that happens every single time. Yeah, just go in and touch your inventory today. Talk about it. All right, once we do that, then we're going to take out our little tape here. I'm sure I have sent many things with tape over this time. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my regular photo. So I just bring these in. Now, the reason I'm bringing these in is because I want the picture to be small. So a lot of times people will pop this out and then they'll fold this like this, and they'll pop this side out and fold this like this. The problem when you do that is that now your photo is this wide, which means it has to be further away. But if you take this, and there's 2 ways you can do this. It just depends on like how you like your pictures to look. You can either bring this in here and just kind of bring this and tuck this in a little bit. So this would be one way. Bring this in here and tuck this in a little bit. So that's the first way you can do it. Or other people do it like this, where you fold this back and then you can kind of fold this in and down. It just kind of depends on like what look you like. I prefer this look myself. That way the shoulders stay crisp, and then I just kind of tuck it in a little bit. And then I tuck that in, and then that way I'm able to get a little bit closer to the item itself. Does that make sense? Thumbs up if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. But Vinty Wax, welcome in. If that makes sense, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. This is I think we got 2 more of these too. 2 more sponsorships. So if they don't go today, they'll end up going this week. But if you guys want to get sponsored, you want to get up on the board, up on the TV, we've got mass amounts of shows this week. So this would be the week to do that for sure. Okay, so once we get that, then we're going to go ahead and do our shoulders. So first things first is the shoulders. Then we're going to do the arm length. We're going to do the length of the shirt itself. And then, of course, our chest length as well. And there's that. And then since our tag is easy to see, I am just going to take my little scissors here, push that over so you can see the size. And I'm just going to get right up in here or snuggled up. And then I'm going to get a picture of the back. This is 100% cotton. And then we're going to go ahead and turn this around. And then same thing on the back. If you leave your arms out like this, the photo is going to have to be really far away. So if you just take and bring this in and kind of tuck that in, look at how much smaller that photo is able to be because of that. So then we're going to get a picture of that there. And boom, done. D-U-N. Yeah, thumbs up. Okay, good. I'm glad that makes sense. Sometimes I just need you guys to clarify. If I say something, it's like, okay, is that making sense what I'm saying? Because you just never know. Okay, bringing that down. So dress shirts. We've talked a little bit about this before, but I'm going to give you guys a little hint. I know we got a few new people on here today. When you go to package your dress shirts, it is very important. You're going to find resellers that don't agree with me on this, and that's okay. But I'm telling you, this is legit the truth. When you take your collared shirts, anything with a collar, and you fold it and you put it in a bag, it is going to end up with a crease back here, especially if your item doesn't sell for a while. The only exception to this rule is blazers. I will fold my blazers right here because most of the time I buy wool blazers. I buy either wool, camel, cashmere. I don't buy just a lot of like cotton blazers. Those are not going to create that, but especially on cotton or anything that's got like polyester, polyfiber, rayon, any of the newer kinds of shirts all have that plastic in there. You will create a line. And a lot of those lines you can't get out. Have you guys noticed? Next time you're at a store that sells clothing, I want you to notice how many wrinkled items there are for sale. Pop into Nordstrom's, pop into Penny's, pop into Kohl's, pop into whatever store is near you. Go in and see how many pieces that are hanging are wrinkled. The reason they're wrinkled is because of the poly fibers that are in there. It is a clever way, the acetate, all of that, it's plastic. And because what happens is the plastic heats up in manufacturing, then it gets folded and sent to the stores. Those creases become permanent. And the only way to get them out is to steam them. And it's not the steam, it's the heat that relaxes them. It's the same reason that most clothes cannot be put in the dryer anymore, because they shrink up because it's all plastic. And then the dryer smells hot. And you go to clean out your lint trap and there's mysteriously no lint in it. That's because what you are drying is plastic. It doesn't go into the lint trap, right? So with these shirts, it's really important that you don't do that. So here's what we do. We take the shirt, we fold the collar down so that it stays flat. We then take this and we bring this over here. We bring the arm back. We bring this over. We bring the arm back. And then we're going to fold down. So this is what it looks like at this point. We fold down. We fold up to the middle. We meet in the middle. And then we do that. What that also creates is a 6x6x2. That is the easiest and cheapest way to send that. This is what all of your shirts, every shirt that you sell should look like that when you ship it. You will get amazing reviews, and your shirts will all look great when they arrive to people. 13/50. What are you doing in here, Mama? Good to see you. Money Talks. Hello. The tape is a great idea. You are welcome, Fetty Wap. So what I do is I just roll pieces up and I just put them right up there on my little line every day. I found out you shouldn't hang corduroy pants on plastic hangers. On the like doubled over. Yeah, that will mess up your corduroy real fast for sure. If that's what you're talking about. Great tip. What kind of tape are you using? My shipping tape. The same tape. Y'all know I'm cheap. The same tape I use for shipping. Don't use the eBay tape that they send you. It'll leave little white plastic fibers on your clothing. If you guys go to our Amazon store, that is this one right here. If you guys screenshot this, make it big on your screen and then screenshot it. It should look something like this once you do that. you'll see like the actual big screenshot. You can follow it from your photos in your photos, follow the link over, and you should be able to find it over there. So it's the only tape that I use. I have used the exact same brand from when I started to now. I believe it's called Heka, is the name of it. But we use the same tape because it works so great for shipping and it works great for this, and it never leaves any residue. Which is, again, don't get stuff that's going to leave residue. Mahanand, welcome in 06003. Okay, so that is that. Once we've got that, then we're going to take a picture of the tag. There we go, and away it goes into its box. Okay, next up here we've got, what do we got? We got a banger. We got a banger. These are $100. These are $100 shorts. This is so take a look at that tag there. Everyone pay attention to that tag. If you want to screenshot this, you can. This is a brand to 1000% look for, 1000% pickup. This is a 1000% pickup item right there. So these are a pair of jorts, and these are I'll probably ask like 100. I'll probably want to take them like 85 or something for them. But these are absolute fire. So definitely pick those up. I have sold a lot of their stuff. I think it's Legend de Marthe Francois Gorband, I think. Am I saying it wrong? Francois the squirrel? Yeah, I probably am saying that wrong, but you know what? That's okay. I don't need to know what it is. I just need to be able to sell it. I am not a fancy girl, so therefore I don't know the fancy things. So we're going to put, oh, these are fire too. I didn't even realize they've got buttons, metal buttons on the pockets. Come on. Insanity. Yeah, these are very nice. These are definitely a banger. Okay. So with these, I'm going to lower my exposure down to -3. And I want to get as much of these pants as I can in the photo, but also getting as close as possible. So that is going to be our opening photo for those suckers right there. Once I get that, then we're going to go ahead and do the waist here. I'm going to make sure that I get not only the waist, but the fact that I really want to show off this in the listing as well. So I want that to be on there as much as I can. Now, I don't always do the thigh width, but in a pair of pants like this that are going to be considered like jorts, these will probably end up selling on Depop. And so if I don't take a picture, if you guys are ever selling jorts or anything baggy, if you don't get the leg opening right here, you're going to get a message that says what size is the leg opening. So we do that. The next thing we're going to do is the rise, which is from the top of the waistband down to the gusset, which most people would call the crotch, but we call it the gusset. And then bringing that down there, that'll be the length. And then last but not least for these, you definitely want the width of the bottom. Very, very important for jorts that you get that, because people are looking for that baggy look. So you got to make sure you get that on there. Okay, then we're going to flip these over and get these back. Oh, these are so nice. These are so nice. A little bit of lint, get that off there. Love these shorts. Love these shorts. So these ones are going to have like rich, luxury. You're going to have all of those keywords. You're also going to have, just like I'm trying to change the temperature a little bit here. So you're going to have rich, you're going to have luxury, you're going to have designer, then you're going to have streetwear, street style, hip hop, vintage, skater, Y2K, 90s vibes, baggy, loose, oversized, skater boy with a Y and an I, SK8, designer. Those are going to be, and all that's in your master keywords list. So if you're like, how am I going to remember that? You just get better at it. You know what I mean? You do it enough times that you eventually start knowing. Now, the other thing you can do is take your picture. So if I take this picture, I'm going to teach you guys want a trick? Who wants a trick in here? So if you take this, the shorts, right? So you got your photo, and there is a way in your pictures for you to be able to do a quick setting. So if I do my little share button here, I've got search on Google. You're able to do this. If you're not sure how to do that, you just got to Google search how to do it for iPhone. but this is like my immediate thing. So I can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search on Google, right? And then I can go here in my little area I type and I can say, what aesthetic would these shorts be considered? And then it should pop me out some information here. All right, ready? The Marthe and Francois Garbage shorts would be considered part of a hip hop, streetwear, Y2K aesthetic. Baggy, so there's your word, baggy. Cargo, there's a word. Prominent band branding, that's what this is called shuttle tape. So this right here on these kind of shorts, this is called shuttle tape. Supreme also does that a lot. So, well, Supreme got it from, this is one of the brands I got it from, but so that's shuttle tape. So you already just in that little part got some keywords, right? So then what you can do is take those keywords, look them up on your master keywords list, and then you can see other words that go with it. Does that make sense to you? So we're taking a picture, we're asking Google what aesthetic it is. We're then taking one of those aesthetic words, looking in our master keywords list. And so if you have your master keywords list like saved into your phone, so here's my master keywords list, right? If I go up in here to find and I type in, find a note, if I type in streetwear, then it's going to show me all the other things that could potentially go with that streetwear. So, like, here's everything, right? So, streetwear, street style, hip hop, menswear, skater, preppy, loose, baggy, modern rap, rap music, old school, and old school with a K. Look at all those keywords you just found just by Google searching what aesthetic is this and then utilizing one of those words in the master keywords list to find that. We give chances, welcome in. Yes, but I haven't even opened the list yet. That's okay. You'll get to it. Hey, you can't do everything all the time, right? You can do anything, but you can't do everything. So it's cool. It's all good. You'll get it. Gerbo, Gerbo. Thank you, Gerbo. See, I'm always going to say it wrong, but that's part of my charm, right? Great tips. Oh, yeah, you did that one. Okay, great. All right. So now we've got that. We're going to go ahead and pull these up. Mrs. Oh, my goodness. Do you want to say hello to everybody? Oh my goodness. Say hi, everyone. Is this everybody? And she get a little snort for you guys. She says, hey, everybody. I'm just a meatball. I'm a sweet ball. I'm a little treat ball. Mm. I'm a that's you. Okay. You gotta go play now. Go play. Love you. They say we're gonna play in here. I call it Giga board. Perfect. Great. Whatever you call it is good, right? All right, we're gonna do one more piece here, and then I can tell I got hungry pups, so we're gonna move on along from there. Here's a piece I got that I'm actually pretty excited about. This is something that most people would pass up, right? So this is a Jaskell's sweater. There's your tag right there. This sweater usually goes for, I think, probably, I don't know, maybe like $50 online, but most people take this tag off when they get it because they think it's a care tag and it's not. This is part of the actual item, right? So if I go, I bet you this, we're gonna try this. We're gonna see. I may get called out here for a second. I may be wrong, but I have a feeling I'm gonna take a picture of this and I'm gonna find this, and I bet you the one I find for sale has that taken off. We're gonna see if Charity's right about this. Okay. Um, here is this. Yeah. First one. First one. I love it. Amazing. Yep, there it is. There it is. With it cut off. Like, why do they not? You're not supposed to cut them off. Why do people cut them off? So that's funny. It cracks me up. So yeah, it's a little color block sweater. It's nothing like crazy, super insane money. But I'm thinking based on this condition, I know you can get this brand over on Amazon once in a while. Let me take a look here. Let me see if you can still get it over there. But they're usually sold out of the larger sizes, and this is probably an XL. Oh, they're in stock right now. So bad for me, good for Amazon. So I'm thinking I could probably get like, depending on if I get it, depending on where it sells, I bet you I can get like $30 for it, probably. Maybe $30 for it. If Amazon was, if they were out of stock right now over there, I could get more. But Here's why this is going to sell. This is not going to sell because of this brand. This is not going to necessarily sell just because they didn't take the tag off. This is going to sell because of the keywords I'm going to use for this. So let's do a little fun activity here. Why don't you guys tell me what aesthetic you think this is? What aesthetic, when you see this, what comes to mind, I guess is what I'm trying to ask. What comes to mind when you see this sweater? What aesthetics? And then I'll tell you what I see and we'll see. So 50s, absolutely. So I can't claim this is a 1950s, but here's how you get away with it. You put 50s vibes, 1950s vibes, comma, and then another word. So like down in your description, let me show you what I mean. So if I go into, oh, just a second, I got an offer on something. Offers always come first. Okay, so here is a vest I am selling now. I just did a 5% discount on my whole store on eBay because I'm trying to get stuff moved for the year. So 1905 is what I'm asking for it. So we'll do 19, and I'm doing like an additional 15% off, which makes 20% total times 15% minus 19. So the lowest I really want to go is like $16. However, someone just sent me an offer for 15. It's only $1 difference. Let's take it. Let's go. Let's move. This is a little vest I picked up. I got this vest for like, I think I got it for $1. So we are going to review that. We're going to approve that, and we're going to move on. And I always pad my shipping a little bit, so we'll probably make $1.50 or so off of the shipping as well. So we're going to accept that, and boom, done. We just sold something. Okay. So what was I saying? Oh, okay. Yes. So let me go to my inventory, and I'm going to show you if I can get this to pop up like this. We're going to see if I can. So if I get something that is, for instance, this. Okay, this is a Nirvana t-shirt. It is not vintage. This is a new Nirvana t-shirt, probably from like 2018 or something. Here's the thing though. In my description, I want people to know it's from the 90s, but I can't say it's from the 90s, right? Because it's not. So down here in my description at the bottom where I've got my keywords, I write 90s vibes, and I'm able to squeak by having that on there. You can either do 90s vibes, one word, or you can do 90s and then space vibes, comma, just to see if you can squeak by, because then it still comes up as a search engine for 90s, but you're not technically saying it's 90s, you're saying it's giving off that vibe. So I can do like 50s vibes, 1950s vibes. So that is on the money for that. Vertical says eclectic grandpa. Yes, absolutely. So we'll do eclectic grandpa on that for sure. It does kind of give Paul Frank. That's a good call. Grandpa core, exactly. The other thing I see with this is very preppy, right? This is preppy style. This is also, who would have worn this in the 1950s as well? This is academia. This is like preppy academia, rich boy look from the 1950s, right? So I'm going to do university, frat, academia, preppy style, grandpa core, eclectic grandpa, 50s vibes, 1950s vibes. So this is what's going to sell this. This is not going to sell for $30 because of the sweater. It's going to sell for $30 because of those keywords, and because people see it and they're like, oh my God, that's such a cool sweater, right? That's using that like aesthetic thinking versus just brands thinking. Revenge of the Nerds, absolutely great movie. Yeah, and that's the thing about fashion too, is it always comes back around, right? So this was really popular in the 50s. This also became really popular for like nerdcore in the 80s. So Revenge of the Nerds, think Rick Moranis, right? That makes sense to anybody? Think that. So that came around, and then of course it has come around again. It came around in the 90s too. That's when you had scroll nut zippers, mighty boss tones, real big fish. Remember all that like Zoot Suit Riot, throwback bottle of beer. Remember that whole era, like late 90s? It came around there, and now it's come all the way back around. So it keeps circling. So you can do 80s vibes, nerdy vibes. There's all those things you can put in for that. Thrifty Duckies. Hello, my love. Good to see you, my friend. How are you today? I'm always happy to see you. Okay, we're going to get a picture of this here. So I'm going to bring that up quite a bit because I really want this to pop. Now I'm going to get this whole sweater for this one because we want to show all the things. And if you notice, I tucked those arms of this one back behind because it makes the item smaller for photographing. So that's our first picture there. And then we're going to do shoulders. And technically this is a women's because it buttons to the right. So technically this is a women's, but you've got women that are sporting that like super grandpa core. I think I could even probably throw in like a cottage core on this as well. I think I could even get away with that. So there is that and that. And then we're going to go ahead and do the brand. We're going to do, I want a clear picture of that is still there. And then there should be a care tag, and this is probably acrylic would be my guess. So if it even shows me, a lot of the newer stuff doesn't even have the polymers on it anymore. It's like things have gotten so cheap, they just know that it's going to be cheap. Now, I picked this up for $1, which is insane. And I was like, yep, we'll be picking that up for $1. Please and thank you. So there is that, and then moving right along. I need this so bad. I suck at photos. For love of humor, you'll get there. I was so bad in the beginning. Let's see. Do you guys want to see if we can find one of Charity's old listings? Let's do it. That'll be our thing to wrap up the day. We're going to see if we can find an old listing of Charity's. So let's get this folded up and tucked in real nice, Clark. Done. And there's that. Then don't forget, guys, if you have not had an opportunity yet, make sure you go in and bookmark our shows coming up. So we got hella shows this week. We've got tomorrow, I've got a pop-up. I've got Fallsgraph. I've got Starbucks cups. I've got brand new puzzles. I've got vintage wares. I've got decor, snow globes, vintage old tennis balls. There's just a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to be a whole bunch of hard goods. It's going to be all hard goods. I got a granny square blanket. We're going to be doing that tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, we'll be on location at that estate where we've been pulling some insane stuff from that one. Everything starts at $1, which is crazy. Max shipping $9.21. That's on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, I have like a luxury brands and really good. I got really good brands, new with tag items. I think the majority bulk of it is new with tags, men's and women's. So make sure you guys, I think I got Nikes. I got a whole bunch of stuff for that. So make sure you guys tune in for all of those. And then next week, we've got like a rich designer brands show as well. So it's going to be exciting. Also, do you have advice from starting a SKU system from scratch? Yeah, Erica, that's a great idea. So number one, if you are a reseller, you need to invest in a thermal printer. I don't really care which one you get. I use a Rollo because I wanted to have something that will last me for the rest of my entire life of reselling. So I ponied up a little bit of extra money and got a Rollo. Then what you can do is get yourself roll labels like this and then print them out through your thermal printer. So we just started with SKU number 1. We're up to 3217 now. So we just started with number 1, right? And you just print those out. Now, what you do is get yourself bags. You want 2 different sizes. If you're going to do it by bags, this is how you want to do it. You want an 11 by 14 and you want a 9 by 12. And the reason you want this is going to be shirts, small pairs of pants, like really thin little, like let's say like a democracy pants or something, capris, little tiny, regular stuff, t-shirts, dress shirts. This one is sweaters, jackets, pants, and etc. that's bigger. So you get these 2. Then what you do is just lay out your bags, take your labels. I usually put like 10 on here, and then I just keep them in succession. So I'll do like 10 over here, 10 here, 10 there. And then that way they're kind of staggered in my bins because you never know if I'm going to do lots of shirts or lots of pants. So just kind of staggered. And then you're going to get yourself get some boxes or just some bins. So we've got big racks up in our garage. We've got bins out there. and we just put it all in order on the bins. Then once every 3 or 4 weeks, Justin will go through and condense the bins because you're going to start selling stuff out of it. So then he'll take the stuff from this bin, if there's space over here, and he'll move it to this one, and then he'll take this one to this one. You'll get really fast at it. Justin can do our entire inventory. We have this many items. Obviously, we don't because we've sold a lot of stuff in between, but let's just say we've got 1,400 items. He can get through all of that in under an hour now to do the entire thing. You just got to go, be slow at first, but then you get fast. This is how I would do it. Then, of course, what's great about it is when you take pictures, you can just take a picture of the SKU. So when you sit down to do your listings and you're loading things in Nifty, we load that picture right there as our last photo into Nifty. We can then, boom, take that SKU. I write the SKU down in 2 different places. I put the SKU in the SKU section on Nifty, or you can do it on eBay. I also put it in my descriptions. So I do all of my keywords at the bottom, and then I also write it there just in case I forget to put it in the SKU part, which I have done. So I have it in 2 places. Also, when you sell something on Depop or CarryMate, you can't see the SKU. For instance, let me go to something I sold. Just a second. Just answering a customer. So let's go to this item that I sold. These pair of pants right here on Depop, you can't see the number. So as long as I have it in the description, I can just open that so that I can see it down here to pull those out of the inventory to sell. So that is how we do our SKU system. I know that's how K-Way does it. I know that's how Kelsey Mellow State does it. I think Surf does it. Does he do SKUs? I can't remember, but I think most people do the SKU system. The other way you can do it is to have your SKUs on hangers and then just leave it hanging up. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. But that is how I would suggest. Vertical says the estate show is on my birthday. So excited to check that out. Do come on in. Come on in, Vertical. Vertical. If you come in on your birthday and tell me it's your birthday and you remind me, you get a special song. And you get to choose between the naughty version or the nice version. B says live on Whatnot today at 1:30, full of Monster High dolls. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so this is our good friend, Vintage Toys Express. I call him B. He is like the #1 toy seller. He knows more about toys than anybody I've ever met in my actual whole life. And he always has the best stuff. So if you guys like toys, go on in there, check it out. Make sure you share that with other people. That's how we grow as a community, right? I did not buy a Rolla, but I haven't and never had problems with my generic thermal printer and got it from Zon. Perfect. Yeah. Here's the thing. We are printing so much. I mean, we sell a lot of stuff. So it's like I wanted to go big or go home kind of thing when we got ours. So but there's plenty out there that work great. In your opinion, what site best to sell jewelry, mostly sterling? I have no idea, Humor. I've never sold sterling jewelry online. I can't help you with that at all. Does anybody else have any advice for Humor on that? I'm just not sure. Oh my God, record it and put it on YouTube. I probably should. You're welcome. Thrifty Ducky says, scroll up, please. Scrolling, possibly looking at moving. I miss you. I need to message you about Texas. Yeah, message me. I miss you too. Oh yeah, Clark from vacation, of course. Yeah, shoot me a message. I'm down to answer you anything I can. I bought my Rolo used on Posh for 100. Oh, that's a great deal. Wow, yeah. Take a look too if you guys can find one of those used. We use Rolo the scale because it's like really super accurate. And we do the Rolo printer. So those are the 2 I would recommend. But let's see the old listing. Oh yeah. Okay, let's do that. We'll end that. So we're gonna go. Let's see. How do I do this? Let's see. I think let me go. Let me try. Let me do this. I gotta go. I'm gonna go to eBay. And then we're going to try to sort these. But I think I should be able to sort the SKU numbers by number. So let's take a look and see. I've never done this before, so it might take me just a second here to see it. Okay, so we're gonna go to active listings, and then let me go to custom label. There we go, and see if I can go back to the beginning. Let me get past the hard goods that don't have labels. Oh my gosh, you guys, just a second. This is gonna be so bad. These are gonna be so bad. I'm like almost embarrassed to show them, but hey, we start out somewhere, right? Oh my gosh, just a second. I gotta get past all the hard goods that don't have SKUs on them. So give me just a minute. It's gonna take a second. Oh my gosh. I still have more hard goods for sale than I thought. Oh, because it's all the shoes. I'm getting through the shoes. Okay, here we go. All right, ready, guys? Oh my god, it's so bad. I can already see it. I can already see it's gonna be so bad. Oh my gosh. All right, here, ready? We're gonna pull it up on the app. So this is a shirt and a hat. So number one, this is the picture. That's a hat that's on top of a shirt. Oh my god, this is almost embarrassing. SKU number 10. SKU 10, you guys. Oh my lord. All right, ready? Number one picture. I didn't know you were supposed to put things in one by one. So it has white lines on it because I didn't know you're supposed to make it square. Awesome Finds is here. What's up, my friends? Check into the company that makes Rolo because it's very likely they'll make one specifically for Zon to sell cheaper. Humor, that is a great tip, you guys. That's a great tip. Everybody pay attention to that one. Dana, welcome in. Oh my God, Nicole, can you believe this? Thank you. Do you label the bins boxes? No, I don't. If you consolidate bins, how do you find which bin you have an item in? Because it's all numerically listed. So, because I'm doing clothes. On my hard goods stuff, it's just in bins. I do so few hard goods, you guys, that I don't need tons of bins. So I just have it like I have like beauty, which is like makeup. What else do I have in there? Perfume, headbands, and then I have another bin labeled music. So it's like CDs. My video games are all in the closet, all lined up. But I just don't do a ton of hard goods. If I did hard goods, I would be doing the same thing. I would put them in bags. I'd put a SKU number on it, and then I'd probably pop that SKU number in a tub. But again, I don't do hard goods really. So it's just with the clothing, it's all in order. I'll take you guys out to the garage if you want to in a second. You don't reuse the numbers that sell. I don't right now. I will though, only because I'm gonna start doing a hang method for some of my clothes. For some of the shirts, I'm trying something to be. We'll see. We'll see what I think. Anyways, look at this listing. So number one, that's my first photo. There's a hat on it, which is ridiculous. It looks like it's part of the graphic of the shirt. Oh my god, this is actually embarrassing. Number two, the close-up photo of the label is like totally washed out because I didn't know how to change my exposures yet. This one is like yellow in the background. Looks absolutely awful. Oh, there's the hat. Ah! Oh my god, honey, I'm dying. We're looking at my old photos. Look at this measurement. What is that measurement even? Oh, dear sweet baby Jesus in your tiny tuxedo. All right, then let's take a look at we'll look at a little bit more current one that's still not very current, but we'll take a look at it. 1001. Let's take a look. Oh my god. It's too much, you guys. So this is going to be a pair of 90s Wranglers, it looks like. Let's see if I can pull it. Dude. This is like even, and this is going to be a item. This is going to be listed 1,000. So it even is not that long ago, but it's long enough ago. All right. So here's going to be a pair of 90s Wrangler jeans. Oh my God. Number one, look at the photo. Everything's like folded. Ah! The picture's not even straight. The picture's like off to the side. The tag's not bad. I got the tag in there. Waist is fine. Yeah, the rest of them are okay. But like now, I'd make that my opening photo. Is more like that, like an actual close up. Let's see what the description is. Yeah, it's fine. The description's fine, but do you guys want to see our inventory? I'll take you out there and then I'll let you go for the day. Mine aren't much better. We'll get there. I know. Look at how much we've grown. It's so crazy. And we've only been full-time reselling for like a year and a half ish, I think, right around there. We did part-time before that, but like we've only been doing like full-time since then. So all right, I'm gonna take you guys out here. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna have this other one leave. Okay, we're gonna go. All right, you guys, I'm gonna take you out here so you can kind of see my inventory to see if this might help you a little bit. Oh, it smells like, what is that good smell? What are you doing? What's that yummy smell? You're making, oh, what's going on in here? Look at this. Justin's making something. What are you making?
Anyone can figure it out.
All right. Does anybody know what he's making? I have absolutely no idea. I don't come in this room. What are you making? You've got like, what is this? What is that? I don't know what you're making. What's in there? What is this, you guys? What is your guesses? What's in here? What's in this pot? Ow, the top.
Yeah, it's hot.
What's in there though?
What are you doing?
I
What are you doing touching things on
I'm
the stove?
touching butter.
Of course they're hot.
Katie says lemonade. Nicole says butter. Very lemony pesto. Oh, are you making pesto? No. Oh my God. What are you making? Okay, nobody can guess it. Broccoli. Austin Fine says broccoli.
Not making broccoli.
What are you making? What is it? You have to tell us now.
How? Somebody's got to guess it.
Nobody can guess it. Homemade Sprite, says Vertical.
Correct.
Oh my God, are you actually really making? You're making homemade soda?
Mm-hmm.
Like Sprite?
It's called a lemon lime cordial.
Oh my God. This is why I'm so lucky to be married to him, because I would never do any of this. I know, he's such a tease. Katie says pie? Homemade Sprite. I didn't even know you could do that. All right, well, I don't know how I'm gonna do any of that. I'm just taking pictures of stuff. We're just working. We're cooked. All right, we're gonna go out here to the garage. Now, it's full and it's a mess, so don't be judgy. No being judgy. Okay, so here is our inventory. So we keep all of this. These are all tubs of clothes here. And here, so you'll see everything's like in order. So here's all the numbers of everything, and it just stays in order. And then what we do is once every, like, I don't know, Justin usually does every like 3 weeks or something, depending on how much we've sold. He'll go through these tubs and just pull them out. So he'll just take this one here, for instance, pull it out, and see how there's like a bunch of space in here. He'll consolidate this, bring this one forward, and then he'll take stuff from this tub and just transfer it over. And then everything just stays in order. Now, what I'm going to be doing, these are clothes I still need to list. But what I am going to be doing is I've got all this space now because we have listed. So I had over 1,000 pieces of clothing here that I've listed. So now that I've got all the space, I'm going to start taking the shirts and I'm just going to have tags on the hangers, and I'm just going to hang them up here and leave the shirts out here numerically ordered. And then I'll just be putting the pants in tubs because we're out of room. Like, look at my garage. Like this is it. This is literally the rest of the room. There's no room. There's nothing left. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, you're welcome, guys. Yeah, that's how we're doing it and then we've got, there's just more over here because we ran out of tubs. So now we're in boxes. So if you can't afford tubs, just get yourself boxes. And what Justin does is he just tapes the side up here and this side up. And then he just lets this flap go down. And then that way he can still get the clothes that are in it. So he's been doing it this way recently too, just because we're cheap and I don't want to have to keep mine in tubs. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah. So because the tubs can add up like pretty quickly. So if you just take like old boxes and stuff like that, you can make, like, I'm all about just taking old boxes and some tape and like making your things. Like the tubs we used only because we already had tubs. But I haven't bought new tubs in like forever. So they're just expensive. I think they were even on sale at Costco the other day. They were on sale, but I think they still were like $5 or $6 a piece. And if you're putting 5, 10, 15, 20 tubs on a rack, that's like $100 in tubs or something. That's like too expensive. So hang everything except jeans and put in tubs. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. The jeans I can't hang up because they're just gonna fall. Plus it'll drag on the ground. So I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna just put the jeans on hanging up. I'll probably have blazers hanging up and then t-shirts hanging up and then all the jeans in the tub. So wait, I missed out again. Can you go home? Just kidding. No. No. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. I need to grab some lunch. Doing a salad. We're making good choices this year. Yeah, jeans are too heavy to stay up there. I agree. All right, you guys. So I will see you. I'll be on tomorrow night. And here's like a little sneak peek here of some of the stuff. Like I said, this is just a few of the items. I've got a whole bunch of I got like porcelain stuff in here, and there's cups and mugs and glassware. I know there's a bunch of Falls graph in here. There's a whole bunch of stuff there. So I'll be doing that tomorrow night. Wednesday night's the estate sale. Thursday night is luxury expensive wear and all that. And I will see you guys then. All right. Have a great day. Love y'all. We're gonna raid somebody. So just if you don't mind staying for a second, just so you can make me look like I know what I'm doing. Let them know you're part of the Nice Comps crew. Because if you're here, you're family, and that's just the way it is. And let's take a look and see who we've got going on. Who do we have? Who do we have? Oh, we got Tribit. So we were just talking about Tribit. She's amazing. If you guys are interested in storage units, she's definitely the person to watch. All right, you guys. Love you. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.